find a post, and I was like, wait, but who's Keaton? They're like, the little boy.
Freaky ass little boy.
They had to remind me, and I was like, oh, okay, bet.
Oh, so they got the okay.
They wrote me. It was like, just so you know, it's
totally
okay
fine.
to use the post. Yeah.
It was
I
fun.
watched it, and he was doing those little faces, but nah, man.
That's what I thought. I thought he genuinely did have like a tick.
Right, but have you also seen every other little black kid that sees himself on a screen? You know what I mean? He got one response, and he was like, "Oh, here we go." He just started wigging out.
True. I mean, dude, look, he was there. You know, he was there, and he was licking the air, and it did like change because I was watching like, what the fuck is this kid doing? And he was just licking the air, and then once you start talking about him, he started like
he was killing.
Going.
That's what was happening.
He was murdering.
The motherfucker had timing and everything. He was every time I had just any little gap or a pause or me taking a breath, he was like, oh, "Let me fill that space." And I'm not looking at the screen. I see the explosion. I'm like, "What am I missing?" I turn around and there he is. I'm like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, he was young too, man. He was
like 5. I don't know how white people do that.
Yeah, when they bring like a 5-year-old out, it's like the casino. You see the casino.
Literally, probably did the origin story of a comic from 2055.
True. Well, thanks for coming, bro.
No, man. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you for coming here. You said you're in
to do this real bad.
Really?
Dog, I've been on the road for hella days. I could have been home right now.
I know, dude. I really appreciate that.
I left and I came back because I'm here for this.
I didn't think, I was like, when you were like
other
going.
people are like, hey, I'm in Austin for something else. And if I swing through, no, I flew my ass here from a gig to be here to do that. I wanted to do this.
I appreciate
it,
man.
It's a big deal.
Thank you, man.
I feel blessed to be here.
Yeah, dude, we're fucking forging a connection. I feel fucking blessed as hell. I feel more blessed.
Fuck right now,
dude. My fucking ass is wet, dude. I'm just gonna go the other way.
You see how it happens? Do you see what I'm saying?
I know. You do get freaky as hell. By the way, are you in? We're just jumping in. How freaky would you say you are? I don't give a shit. Personally,
there's a spectrum to freakiness, right?
That's what I'm saying. How freaky? I mean, it really is. Gay is the end of it. You just get gay at the end. That's
gay
freaky.
Is the freakiest.
Yeah, it is.
But isn't that's a new spectrum though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the tip of evolution.
It goes straight from like let's say 1 to 10, and then when you hit 10.1, now you're gay.
It's like the evolution moves in a spiral. It just jumps to a whole different thing.
But then there's another spectrum of gay. When they hit 10.1 on the gay scale, where do they go?
I think it's when you start like eating women and stuff, like eating their legs. I think once you're done
like
being
cannibalism,
yes, like sexual
where's
cannibalism.
Baby oil? Just based on the recent, I just want to know like where's baby.
Depends what it's like a bullet. Depends what you do with it.
A bullet.
You could just give like a bullet by themselves or like nothing. It just depends. Are you shooting somebody or
jewelry?
Yeah,
right.
So it's like I think baby oil depends what you're doing.
Even
with
if you throw it as hard as you can, it's still not going to do anything.
The bullet, you're saying.
Yeah,
exactly. It depends on your intention. So baby oil, again, you can give you
what
like
else would you throw as hard as you can?
Rock.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like your dick or something. But I feel so if you throw,
I do throw that as hard as I can to little effect usually.
Okay, so straight freaky. Watch out! Went too far.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you can't get back down into the freak. You can't once you go over.
People are doing it though. Milo Yiannopoulos was like a famous gay guy. He's not gay anymore.
What?
Lil Nas X claims he's not gay anymore.
You can't ungay.
He sucked the devil's dick, dude. He did it.
You can't ungay.
I don't think you can either, but these guys are doing it and they're making millions.
Have you dabbled in gay?
No.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't go back.
But white guys kind of really play with that like a lot.
Yeah, we're gayer, definitely. If you have the standards up.
For sure. Like nut check-in and
white guys
like, got your dick. Like you guys are
we have
wild.
fun with it. We have fun with it.
You guys are wild.
I will say, and this could be debatable, but I feel like when black guys do become gay, they like really quantum leap into like very gay. Does that make sense?
I don't know. I think everyone's channeling the same black auntie. That's been my experience. Why is a gay person from Austin, Seattle, LA, Chicago, Germany, why do they all sound like, yes, bitch? Why do they all sound like
even
my
gay
aunt?
white guys do it. Gay
That's
white guys go. They like jump in on it too. Or
every flight.
Yeah.
Every flight.
Dude, yes, that's true.
Sugar, can I get you something to drink? Sugar.
Yeah, and you're like, why?
Yes, Chad.
You're a 29-year-old white guy. Why are you talking?
What's going on?
I think they think just from being gay, they get to just like take the whole menu and be like, yeah, I'll be a black lady too. I'm gay. I'm fucking
right. But nobody's like a gay old white auntie.
True.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when they want the razzle dazzle, they go black auntie.
They do. Yeah. They don't just like sit at like a kitchen table quietly smoking a cigarette. And
they all sound like Jennifer Lewis.
I don't know why. That's been a recent development.
No, it hasn't.
Really? They've been.
For as long as I know.
Really?
Channeling the same voice.
God.
Same auntie. Same snaps. Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Really? I don't know, dude.
You're from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You guys don't snap?
Yeah, that's.
Unless you're calling cattle or something.
Yeah, that's. They need to hear about that. They need to stop that. If I see that again, if I see that happening, I'm gonna be like, because I'm not like bragging or whatever. My wife's black, so no big deal. But like she'll get those guys fired up on the airline.
Huge deal.
It's huge.
As far as deals go, what? Look, my wife's black, no big deal. Moving on. Her hands aren't though on the inside, so that's the part I let her
She
touch
gets
me
them
with.
fired up.
What
She
the
sees
fuck?
gay white guys in the airplane. She'll
Yeah.
be like, yeah, and they just like
She turns them up. She's
Manchurian
like, yes, bitch,
Candidate.
look at your okay, serve it. Okay.
Exactly.
And you're just sitting there like, oh my god.
She fires them up. They feed off each other. But I think
And
she
what are
gives
you
them-
doing while that's happening?
I just have my headphones on, looking down, and I tell her, I'm like, yo, stop getting the gays fired up. Like,
Oh man, there's an entire Pokemon having an evolution in front of you, and you're not gonna watch that. What do you mean?
I tell her, I'm like, dude, you're getting these guys fired up.
Jigglypuff. You don't want to see that?
Have you been watching Pokemon? Because that's
When I was a kid.
that's a deep Jigglypuff song is a deep cut.
Yeah. I mean, I know stuff.
I'm watching Pokemon again right now with my
whole
kids.
thing?
Yeah, it's so good, dude. I'm watching with my kids, but
They need to do live action.
You mean like the live action movie?
I know they have like the Pikachu movie where it's like an
Yes.
old dude's voice, but I mean, like, why not the battles and stuff?
Dude, I would love that.
You know what I mean?
Pokemon, it holds up. I'm rewatching it, and I'm like, the show, I was right. The
You
show,
played the game?
yeah, played it on Game Boy.
No, the one where like you have to catch them in real life on iPhones, where people
Yes.
were just like in random field, where people were getting hit by trains and shit.
I think so, dude. They also said that was like a spy app. They were like
What?
using that to like see everyone's location. Because if you had millions of people playing that, you could be like, sweet, and zoom in anywhere in the country.
And what do you do with that information?
Just be Chinese with it. I don't know, dude. Just do your shit. Just fucking-
Squint at a monitor.
Oh, we know where they all are right now. Everyone in the same place. Wow.
he thinks he has a Charizard.
Right.
If we release the Charizard, we
Well,
catch them all
I
at
think
once.
I don't know, man. I guess to like.
What is the point?
I don't know. That's that kind of
That's
evades.
why I don't understand about the TikTok stuff either. I'm like, the fuck do they want to know about us?
Yeah,
that
they
we can do this shit all day?
Yeah,
Like, what?
Yeah, they tell Xiaoping, they're like, they're doing a Soldier Boy.
Right. Our rich aren't on TikTok. What do you want?
I wonder
The
how
dumbest of us have them.
I guess that gives them ability, because that would be almost just too much if you have millions of people and you're trying to like, yeah, it'd be just a bunch of people like, ugh. So yeah, I guess you're right. That kind of, I don't know what they do with that.
Send you an email?
Yeah, or try to like just see what you're up to, but yeah, you just be catching Pokemon. So
Yeah, I don't get it.
that's a good point, because I hear about that all the time, because they say we have more surveillance here in America with Ring doorbells and all of the private stuff than the whole Chinese government. But again, like,
Really?
yeah, they're saying, but it's all just privatized. Through all the Ring doorbells and
That's
stuff.
interesting. Yeah, I
you
bet
can
if you
see.
had access to all of them, you could go straight.
Which people could do that, and that could be like you just set it up to where it's like, all right,
God's eye.
you don't exactly. You don't watch it all at once, but if it's like, hey, I need to see right here, right now, you can be like go through a bunch of metadata and be like, okay, we have all these
That's
phones in
enemy
that
of the
area.
state. Matter of fact, I saw when they tracked like 4 days of the guys that killed young Dolph before. They just went back and they had him for like 4 days. Like, this is what he was wearing. The kid was wearing the same outfit for like 3 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the cities now
But they
too.
use all the Ring cameras, like just tracking every move. Like they would walk out of frame and then a new camera would pick them up. Like they had them tracked.
Yeah, dude. And then cities have their own grid. So between the city's grid and the Ring doorbells, it's like you're done.
What's that show where they let people try to get away now? You seen that?
No, it was like, what do you like?
They give you like 24 hours, like run.
What?
Yeah.
And you got to like, I always wanted to do
If
that
you can stay away, you get like $1 million.
from like the police or like
Any like the point of the show is that they're gonna look for you
they're gonna get you.
wherever, and so you think of the place that no one will ever find you, and they're like, "Come out."
What?
Yeah, we saw you on a Ring camera.
So you can like
blocks from
just
here.
ditch your phone, ditch everything, and just hide.
Yeah, but then you walk by somebody else and you're in the background of a FaceTime video and they got your face, or
Oh
you
Jesus!
run a red light and they're like, "Oh, he's going south on."
So they could just hit up all your loved ones and like investigate you basically and be like, yo, where is this?
Here's
where's
his
this
10
motherfucker?
likeliest places.
And
But
if-
it's a TV show. Like they've made it. Like people are like it's like, this is Dave. He's a wilderness expert. He's been off grid for 95 days, the longest known to man. Can he evade for 24 hours? 6 minutes in, they're like, "Dave, get your ass out the truck."
And they get him.
Fuck around. Oh, goddamn.
He's just at his aunt's house. Like they'll never get me.
You got all these MREs. What the fuck?
What channel's that on? That sounds awesome.
I don't know. I can't even find that.
I always wanted to do, because everyone does like the 5Ks and 3Ks. I
mean
wanted
like
to do
running?
like a running race where you could, against like the police department, or that you could like simulate like live action chases where it's like, all right, we're both gonna run out of this deli. You got to catch me, and I'm gonna try to evade the police.
They got that, but it's on ESPN. It's called Tag.
I've seen that before.
So that's the same shit.
Yeah, well, that's like in like a course. I want like uniformed police officers. I want to like run out of a bank and see if they could catch me.
Well, you don't got to wait to do that.
I could do it. Yeah. True.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be a part of that, but you definitely. And yours won't even be mortal or anything.
You think they would let me go? I mean,
As long as they don't know you got a black wife, you're good.
True. Yeah. Oh my. Here's the plot twist. Plot twist. She used to be a cop.
See?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have a little
Police.
thing. It says officer's boyfriend because we were married then.
Police.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I always wanted to see if I could actually like. I mean, I
Get
ran
away?
from when I was little. Like that was like you can go to the woods and they were beat. But like,
Okay, what if it wasn't actual cops though? What if it was like, you just put black shirts on some friends and you're like, all right, this is what we're gonna find out today.
that's the tag game, and that game's cool too. When
No,
they do
but
the
like
competitive tag.
it's how but it use all of downtown, and it's like
That would
we'll
be kinda
start
fun.
outside of the door of this joint, and how far of a lead do you want?
Yeah, I'd want like 10 feet.
I think that's hella.
Think that's too far?
Yeah, no, like people. What if you had a block lead? You're already gone.
Yeah, but I want like the whole city group. I guess that's kind of a waste of the
This
city's
is why they
resources.
get dogs.
Yeah, true. They can drop a dog on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
So no canines,
No canines, no.
no horses.
Horses are fine.
So you got a horse too?
No.
They have a horse and you're on feet.
Yeah.
You're caught right
Hit the
away.
water. Hit the water. They're fucked.
What water? You're in downtown Austin.
Hit the lake. I just drown myself in the river.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Then my family gets $1 million. That would be cool if you were in that show and you just jumped off a cliff and your family would never find
What
you.
would you
No
call
one
the
ever
show?
find you. No, I'm saying that show you're talking about where if they don't find you, you get $1 million.
But would
Just
you-
kill
what-
yourself.
What would you?
So you just jump off of a cliff
But
and
they're
die.
still gonna find you. Like this idiot killed himself. Here's his corpse.
Yeah, you'd have to like self-immolate. You have to burn yourself.
You have to completely get rid of yourself.
You'd have to
You'd
completely
have to
get rid-
literally close yourself in a barrel of acid. Like
Your family gets $1 million.
if they can get your
And your
account
life
number
insurance. And your life insurance. And they can sue the show and be like, yo, he's gone forever.
out. Yeah,
He hid so goddamn good, he's gone.
I'm sure they vet the people.
Yeah, true. Make sure they're not going to kill themselves.
Yeah, you could. This could be To Catch a Predator.
How so?
Same name.
What do you mean? Yeah, that'd be
It's just
funny if they
plot
kept,
twist. You're like, it's not actual sexual predators. This guy's going to be a predator, and we're going to be the chasers. And then you just go.
Yeah. I don't know what you're saying though. So why would they be they would be the predators, you'd be the
But it's
predated.
just a good name. Like people would want to watch that.
True.
IP.
Or if they do catch you, then they get to,
They get to do what? Which spectrum? Which spectrum?
they get to predate on you.
And we're right back.
Yeah, true. That would be it'd be so funny though to have that prime time, like almost like the Great American Chase channel where like everyone's grandmom's watching it being like,
Shit! Woo! You know what I mean? Golly! I mean, as far as ads go,
that was there for an ad. I'm pumped to drink it.
that shit dilated my eyes.
You're not allowed to mention extreme sports in their ads either for some
Why
reason.
not?
I'm like, what the fuck? That's like your guys' thing.
Who guys is?
Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew.
You know when you say that.
Mountain Dew
So
and ours.
Mountain Dew's. It's I thought you were talking about me and your wife. So Mountain Dew's thing.
Why would you say that? She was an officer, dude.
Well, she's black now. She was blue before. I get what you're saying. She chose. So Mountain Dew, you can't say extreme sports.
They say that. I don't care. It's up to them. That's their problem.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they fucking sponsored extreme sports.
My
for
whole
years.
life, literally, it's like you chug one of those and then hit
Do
a
a backflip.
motorbike or skateboard
Exactly.
or a half pipe. And they're
I don't
like,
know.
you know what? Don't do that now. That's Red
I
Bull.
think they had too many people just like trying to do backflips on dirt bikes, and they're like, all right, we got to drop this.
Well, Red Bull's going hard. They got people doing backflips off of hot air balloons and shit.
True.
So
Yeah, Red Bull's nothing. It's
I'm
funny.
surprised they haven't been sued yet.
Red Bull's definitely been sued.
somebody
Dude, a girl
jumped off of
just
something?
died drinking Panera's caffeinated iced tea.
No, but I mean like from somebody jumping off some shit, expecting it to give them wings.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a risky campaign.
Dude, I guarantee Red Bull's been sued 5 million times.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dude, people have heart attacks.
From drinking it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, dude, if you drink too many, there's people who have like genuinely no understanding about like
Taurine and
what's
stuff?
in anything.
Right.
And they'll just drink like, I know people who drink
7.
like 5 rock stars a day.
Back to back?
Yeah, during the day. And like it like fucks up your kidneys and shit.
Thank God Mountain Dew doesn't do that to you. And
It's organic,
on
bro.
the healthier side
It's
of the game.
organic.
Thank God Mountain Dew doesn't do that.
Yeah, Red Bull, okay, 13 mil, that's nothing, bro.
What's that say?
Throughout the situation, Red Bull insisted their marketing tactics were honest and clear, rejecting any deceitful practices. However, the lawsuit was settled in 2015 when Red Bull paid customers $13 million, but maintained their marketing was not dishonest.
You can't see any of
Oh,
that.
because he said for not,
you
guys
can't see
sued
any
him.
of that glare.
I just ripped right through it. Nah,
There's
dude, I didn't
there's
see
a-
it until
I think
you
there's
mentioned
an
it.
angle where there's like a glare.
No, now that you mention it, I can see as you.
So the guy, the guy sued Red Bull for not growing wings and won. Damn. So
Yeah,
you can't
fuck
do
around.
that twice.
Yeah, you can't fuck around.
He won $13 million for just exploiting their thing.
Yep, that's like the dudes who like measure cereal and they're
Can we
like,
get Pepsi and be like, we haven't fought anything young?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If anything, we think we're older now. For those that think young.
I do like the Coca-Cola commercials when it's just like beautiful people just like dancing on a rooftop and it's like, dude, they're not slamming Coca-Colas, bro.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like a bunch of models just chugging Coca-Colas and doing salsa dancing.
Or like gorgeous athletes and models eating McRibs
Yeah.
in traffic. Nothing spills.
Yeah, you don't see that at all.
Not in real life.
I stopped eating behind the wheel. I got in a small accident one time.
What were you driving?
I was driving like just a minivan.
You were driving a minivan.
Yeah, so I think it was like my friend's. It's like a Astro or one of those things, like a Safari.
Okay. And what were you eating?
Tacos.
That's pretty aggressive for driving.
It was too much. I did have a little white wine too beforehand. So
You were drinking and driving in tacos?
I think I drank before and then I took
How
food
can
to
you
go.
think? You don't know?
I don't remember. I don't think I was drinking white wine.
Were you
while
blacked
driving.
out?
No, not. I was like barely buzzing. That was the problem. But if
you
I
were
was
just-
drunker, I
so
would
you
be
were
paying
like
attention.
full on driving, head sideways, eating a taco.
I was at a red light eating, and I just didn't realize to let go of the brake. I let go of the brake at the
You
red
just
light.
rolled forward into traffic.
Rolled forward, bonked into a city car. It was like a
Tacos
city,
everywhere.
like an L&I inspector, and just bonked them. It was so light, but it was just they came out and tried to be like
They were
dude.
in the car.
Yeah. It was at a red light.
They got out the car and they're like,
They tried to be like, what? Yeah, I mean, they
"What
were
the fuck?
they were within their right to be like, hey, what the fuck
You
is that
didn't
about?
Fucking want a taco, bro?"
Yeah, I put that down. I was like, dude, I don't know what the hell happened, and they were like, we're gonna call the cops. I'm like, come on, man, don't do that. That's crazy. You guys don't have any damage. And then they were just like, just got out of it.
So now you don't eat and drive.
No, stop.
This is a real story.
Yes, I just let go of the brake and just
Totally
totally.
blamed it on the brakes. Goddamn brakes went out.
I should have, but I have good. I've had people hit my car multiple times in a similar situation. I was like, whatever, man, we're fine.
Yeah, if it doesn't leave a mark,
Exactly.
or if it's fingernail polish big, so what?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody wants to deal with that paperwork anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, so I let two people off the hook, and I think it just kind of. I had a lady fucking nail my car, but it was like a Ford Contour, and dude, they had like a steel
Why'd you
bumper.
let her go? She nailed your car.
The car was such a piece of shit, and I also
Her car or yours?
mine was like a different color panel, all that stuff, and I also had a guy at a wedding, and the car was like such a piece of shit, but the guy backed in and like crunched my door in,
Damn.
and I fully went after his ass, and I got more than the car was worth.
Damn.
And he was really pissed off about it. And then I felt kind of bad about that because I did definitely just pocket all that money, didn't fix the car. And then
From insurance?
yeah,
Yeah, but all he had to pay was a deductible. So what?
he don't think he wanted to go through his insurance, so he cut me a personal check for like
Oh my gosh.
$1,700
For a $200 car.
And he was like kind of evading me a little bit, so I had to like call him up, and I was outside his office. I'm like, bro, I need to get my car fixed. Like, you got a fork. And he was like, I know you're not fixing this fucking car. And I was like, bro, I'm fixing it right now.
My spine, please.
I didn't do that. Yeah, because I wasn't in the car. We were at like a wedding, and he backed into the car. He did fuck my door up, but
Was
after
he at the wedding too?
yeah, he might have been having a little white wine and tacos himself.
He was
dude.
part of the family.
It was like in-law, other side. The two sides come together at the wedding.
So yes.
It wasn't blood. If it was blood, I would have let it slide. But I don't know
He
this
was
guy.
Crips.
Yeah. I don't know this fucking guy. And it was a long time ago. Now
He's on the other side of the aisle. Fuck him.
yeah, I'm a better person now. But back then, I was hungry for that paper.
I need my
I was like,
money.
yeah, I was like, give me my $1,700, bro.
Amazing. Yeah, I let somebody go too one time. I got bumped. It wasn't bad, but I couldn't understand him. So I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, I had an old Chinese guy hit me one time.
I got all the way to Spanish 3 in school and lived in LA for 12 years. And this guy I couldn't understand, but I knew it was Spanish based.
Yeah, you could have really wrecked his life too if you're like, no, the cops are coming, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have called ICE.
Yeah.
Potentially. That would suck to have to go back to Honduras over a fender bender.
I wonder if he was Honduran.
Yeah, I mean, just guessing.
That would fucking suck though. They just
would
pry him
blow.
away from his children and his wife
That's
and
what I'm
send him
saying.
home.
It's like you have like a family, of a job, you're living the American dream, and then it's like, no, dude, you scratched my paint.
Wait, the fuck you doing eating tacos in traffic?
Yeah, you got to go fucking back.
He's like, what's a taco?
Yeah, had an old Asian guy bumped me one time.
Really?
And dude, it was like we were like necked in. We were just like in like gridlock traffic, and he just somehow, and I'm like watching.
He
the
was
whole thing.
driving?
Yes, and I was like, "There's no way he's trying to." He just tried to get into my lane and hit my car, and I was like, "Dude,
He just never saw you.
we had nowhere to go."
Or he did that thing where he expects you to stop and let him in.
Dude, we were. It was like it was. I started laughing.
Were you parked the whole time? Like still?
We were pretty still from what I remember. I think we stopped.
But did you inch forward at all?
No, it wasn't one of those because I let people go. I'm not going to be like, no. He like came. I didn't even see him. He was behind me.
He just came from behind?
Yeah, so I think I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, no diddy.
The double entendres are
No
strong.
diddy, dude. I got hit by an old Asian dude. Hit me
From the back.
That
You
would
saw
be-
the whole thing.
That would be crazy. I think I
just
just saw
slowly
him
put
in
it
my
into
mirror
your car.
coming, and I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? All of a sudden, he was just donking. I was like, bro.
He's like, wax on.
He was so funny when he came out. He was just like an old Asian guy. He was like, he got alerted. He had the exclamation mark above his head. Huh? And I was like, dude, you're too funny. You got to go. I can't hold this against you. This is so
Did
funny.
you get his name?
No, couldn't speak any English, and he kept being like, oh, not so bad, not so whatever
Right.
he was trying to say. And I was just like, bro, you're hilarious. Just go. You guys are so fucking funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's why I got blessed by the L&I guys from the city when I they could have got me. They're tied in with the whole.
So you're saying
grid.
it's karma. You believe in karma.
Big time.
So you let all those other people off. So then when you slow rolled into the LNI guys and they let you off, you're like, thank God, it's because of all the people I let off.
That's just how I roll. I wasn't even thinking about the future rewards. I was just like, I've always fantasized lightly about like someone like fucking like nailing my car or something and me just being like cool as fuck and being like, dude, I don't even care.
But
about
they're
material
LNI?
possessions. Yeah, they're
So
like
they just went to work and put in a claim?
it's a city vehicle. It's
Both
not
were
even
like,
they probably fucking did. They
You
probably
changed their fucking lives. They'll never work again.
That's, by the way, that's what cops are all after. They're
Yeah.
all trying to get put on disability.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's crazy.
They
I've never
wanna
met. I
chase
thought
you.
construction was bad. Cops are like, they all want to go on. I mean, I shouldn't say all, but I would say like 99.6%.
0.6 is so specific.
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaving a couple. There's
Most
obviously
people just go 99.9. They just go all the way.
0.6,
0.6 is
99.9,
wild. Like you literally left 3.3% for error. Like a poll.
0.4, bro.
Yeah. Well, I took from the 0.99. So how do they get disability? Like they're chasing someone and twist an ankle?
So a cop can't sue the city per se, but yes, if they get hurt, they can go on like just basically disability and the city will cover them. So you get hurt, you can't sue the city and get $1 million.
Right.
But if you can prove that you're hurt because of the job, you'll just carry cop benefits for the rest of your life and you can just chill.
Really?
Yeah.
So like, oh, I can't sleep and my feet hurt 100%.
Yeah, but what they will do is if you're not hurt enough, they will put you on desk duty. So if you can prove that like if you sit down at a desk, it still hurts your back. Like if you're like, oh, I can't sleep, they're like, you go to desk duty. But if you like get fucked up and you're like, dude, sitting all day doing paperwork,
It's not gonna work.
Yeah,
My knees are locking up. My back is.
they'll fight you on it. But if you can prove it, they're like, all right, and you're done.
Do they like send people to follow you and like see you?
Probably. You probably have the
playing
same thing.
softball, like motherfucker.
Yeah. I knew a dude who lost like a couple $100,000 playing goalie in street hockey when he had a case.
I knew a
And
guy.
they took pictures of him just fucking playing street hockey. His lawyer was like, motherfucker.
Yeah, I knew a guy. I was in. There's a guy named Mr. Terry, and Mr. Terry, he would put his head down like that, and he would act like he had a club foot and walk. And Mr. Terry had an L&I claim open. He won, but it was a trip to see him be like, "All right, y'all, I'm about to head out." God damn, and then do it when he leaves. If he held that shit for like 3
What
months.
was that movie where the guy at the very end was like limping and he starts walking? I forget. There was a fucking.
I have no idea.
I think so. Yeah.
Is that it? That's a real thing. I'm just talking about Mr. Terry.
But there's a movie where because I used to work with a guy who fucked his foot up and he would limp and we'd all laugh like, dude, I guarantee on Friday he just fucking as soon as he gets to his car he's like, oh, all right.
Wow.
'Cause he limped and I think he got like they fucked his foot up like forever and he got like $100,000 I think. I think there's like prices like if you lose a finger that's like $16,000.
That's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you would think so for his finger, but yeah, it's not like you don't get like 100 G's for a finger. I could be wrong, but I think there's like
different based on the finger. Like you lose a thumb.
True.
They gotta break.
You're
bread.
fucked. Yeah,
You're not even human no more.
That's true.
It's the only thing that separates us. You're a fucking monkey again, man.
I could be wrong about that, but I think there is like a for real like value thing on like your body parts for like if you lose them at work.
Is there value?
Yeah, I think a pinky's like you get like.
What do you think is the most expensive body part? A private?
Yeah, if you lose your dong, you're fucked, dude.
Because you can't even reproduce.
That's got to be $1 million, or they might be like a deli counter. Like they're like, what's your meat?
There it
like?
is, the value of body parts.
Yeah, there we go.
Arm 124.
Yo, let's go. Stitch an arm.
It's got a blur on it.
Yeah, so assembly line worker loses a finger might receive 18 G's. I'm pretty close. Accidental death and a dismembered insurance policy might be 5,000. What the fuck? I'd be pissed if someone paid me $5,000 for my life. Your arm would be 124.
There it is.
124,000.
That's a nice
there we
list.
go. 64.
Fourth finger. Yeah, so your pinky finger is 6,000.
Your thumb, you do get more. You're absolutely right. 35, but 35, bro.
That's not enough to never be able to grip again.
Yeah, I mean, a thumb, your eye's worth more than your thumb. How?
Because you can't see.
Foot's 82. Yep.
Big toe. You can't even balance without a big toe.
Yeah, dude. That's what you get. New York Workers' Compensation Board. They figured out your body parts and a dollar amount. I don't know how.
Man is 100,000.
Yeah, 100 G's for that. 115 for a leg.
That's not.
Why
enough.
is your arm worth more than your leg? I guess it's easier to kind of have like a peg leg. I guess.
Why is an arm worth more than a leg?
I guess you use your arms more, but if your leg, you can just stand on whatever. It doesn't even fucking matter. Get a kickstand. It's fucking.
Arm should be at the top for sure.
Yeah. Eye's nice. I
You
wouldn't
can't
mind.
even hug anymore.
That's true. Yeah. How else
Can't do
you
a push up.
mash yourself against ladies' tits and be like, what? I'm being nice. I'm fucking.
Can't drive. Can't drive a manual.
Yeah, you can't do shit really.
But with a leg, you can. You just got to get real busy.
Yeah, leg you just peg it up. You'd be all right. But yeah, now you know.
No ear? Like, what's an ear if you lose your ear?
But I think that this is the trouble working for yourself. Yeah, losing an ear I don't think they even include that. But if you work for yourself and you lose your hand, you're just fucked.
This is amazing. There's no dick, nothing on there. Like, I need more body parts.
Dick's probably like they keep that behind the glass. That's like reserved information. They don't want people knowing. Because dick's got to be
If you get your ass blown
millions
off,
of dollars. Your ass?
Yeah.
If you blew your ass, they'd be like, here's 80 grand, shut the fuck up.
You think so? I bet an ass is worth like 6,000.
It's got to be the least.
Like you don't even need it.
I fucking blew my ass up at the factory. They're like, dude, shut
Can
the
you
fuck
type
up.
in how much is an ass worth?
I think something else is going to come
It's
out.
got to be. True. What's an ass worth right now? What is ass worth right now?
Shit.
Depends on it's from a prostitute girlfriend or a wife.
A wife? Half.
Yeah, so I don't think you can. I don't think you can like really.
Somebody said, well, $20 is $20.
Because they can also, if you're talking about losing a cheek, they can pop a cheek on. That's nothing, man. You can mix and match with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you like someone somehow like again, that'd be a crazy accident to cut your ass off. That would be nuts, dude.
I feel like more people smear it off.
What do you mean?
Like a motorcycle accident
Yes,
or something.
big time.
Where they just like a pencil
Yeah.
eraser. their
Or
ass
mailman, they got that whole window open, man. If you fall out, you can just scrape your ass on the
gone.
fucking side.
off. Yeah, there's just a little smudge on the ground and
Yeah.
disability.
Yeah, true.
$6,000.
Yeah, if you lose your ass, again, it's like the problem is if you somehow destroy your asshole at work, that's where the big bucks come in.
You get the hole, they gotta pay you.
That's where your
but they
cheeks
can, but they got the surgery where they just snip some and bring some new hole down.
True, yeah, they pull it down. Yeah, they can cut out like half your intestines, and they're like, whatever.
We got over 100 feet.
Yeah, who was I talking to? I don't know. Someone I know had like a shit bag temporarily. They got fucked
Because
up.
of that?
He didn't like fuck his ass up at the factory, but he had like something else going on where he's like,
And they just pulled down, gave him a new booty hole?
I think they gave him a temporary setup where he had like they like popped it on the
Colostomy
out.
bag?
Yeah, he had like the colostomy, but temporarily. So I don't know if it was for life. I don't know how the fuck they do that.
I don't know either. I know somebody that just got one.
The shit bag?
I don't know if it's a shit bag. What's the one for urine? Just only pee. Is
I didn't-
that a thing?
I didn't know you could. I think it's a camelback. That's like those back. No, I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know.
Everybody that drink their own piss and keep going. Shit.
I didn't know you could. I'm sure you can have one of those, but a pee bag. A pee bag wouldn't be bad. Shit bag is rugged, dude. To be out in public.
Right.
My friend he has actually a ring. Well, not a ring doorbell, but he has security cameras around his house, and he's caught a dude emptying his shit bag in his driveway
Really?
on cam. Yeah,
Do you know that guy?
no, he doesn't know that guy.
What the fuck would make him do it there?
I don't
It's
know.
already in
Well,
a bag. Take it
it's
somewhere
like
appropriate. It's
his
not like he
house-
had pressure on his body.
His house was in like the neighborhood's kind of fucked up, but it was like his house has like a driveway, and none of the houses have driveways.
Okay.
So people would go up there for years, and like, dude, people would fuck back there. So it was like,
Oh, he had that house.
yeah. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like it was like, and it's right off of in Philly. There's like Lancaster Ave, and that's like Lancaster Ave is like an open area. It's like an open air like drug and prostitution market. So everyone goes. He's like a block behind. So that was like the quiet area you would
Yeah,
go to
the
like
spot.
to do shit. Yeah,
But to drop out all your shit out your bag there.
that's
wow.
disrespectful. Yeah, fucking's one thing, but he has it all on vid. He has like dudes just busting on prostitutes quickly
What
on
do you
video.
mean? Like just little quick videos?
Yeah, well, it's just it doesn't. He has the video. It could be as long as they want,
They're
but
good at their job, man.
yeah, especially when you're standing in the driveway, you got the adrenaline pumping.
You're holding up a leg, blood flowing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he said these dudes.
Somebody's like, I gotta pour out my shit bag.
Exactly.
Hurry up. Hurry the fuck up. Like, I'll pour out my shit bag.
Yeah, it's like disturbing. He showed me some of the videos, and I'm like, man, that's like almost disturbing.
He should put out a series.
It would be within his right, honestly. That's
My
what I told
dark
him.
driveway.
I'm like, that's your. I'm like, that is your content. You could put it out. It's like shit bags, fucking. Mostly people fucking probably be the stuff people want to see.
Just got a lot of blurrings.
Yeah.
Blurring stuff out.
Well, I feel like if he hung up a little disclaimer, it's like, yeah, at that point,
Just
you're
on the
like,
fence.
yeah, be like, we are live.
You
Fake.
think people don't give a shit?
Or they just don't read it. If it's nighttime, it's like you can't see that. But then it's like you're gonna go
Man,
sue.
I remember one time in high school, I was with this girl. You ever been with a girl and you're looking for a place to fuck in a car?
Mhm.
And usually they're just going, no.
They're like, we're not doing this.
It just depending on the different spot. They're looking around like, too bright,
Yeah.
too whatever. Well, this particular girl was like, make a left, right? And I was like, oh shit, you got a spot already?
Oh wow.
We pull all the way into the spot, it's dark, and then mess around or whatever. And then I get in the car and I turn on the parking lights or whatever, and right in front of the car is a sign that's like, help us stop prostitution. I was like, whoa, you took me to a spot where it's that popular that they already have a sign here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What did you like grill her on this? That's like when women have
No,
condoms.
she was
Whenever women have
embarrassed, too. Like,
condoms on them, I'm like, eh.
Right. I don't think she knew that. I don't know, but she acted like she didn't know that was there. So we both were like, what does that say?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I had another time. This is completely separate. I had another time in high school where we were looking for this place and then found one, messed around. We didn't even smash, but I think we just like petting, in high school, little finger bang action or something.
Oh yeah.
And I got out of the car to get from the driver's seat to the back seat, and then somehow I dropped my phone. And I didn't know where we were because it was dark. And which sounds like a cop out, but where I'm from Lacey, Washington, and so like you can literally be on a street with hella lights and then pull off where you are the lights.
Yeah,
And so anyway, the next day in broad daylight, like we had a phone call. It's like, hey, I heard my dad on the phone, and it's like, yeah, we found this phone on our property, and this number, dad or whatever was in, so we dialed it. It's like this was when we had the LG flip phones.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, who is this? It's like, oh, this is Pastor something something. It's like, bitch, you took me to a church? So, yeah, I finger banged at a church unbeknownst to me, or at least in the church parking lot. Yep.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of finger banging going on in the church parking lot, though.
I think there's more inside, but I just didn't know. I didn't know where I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I used to do behind the Verizon store. There was a Verizon that they just stopped construction on. So there was just an empty Verizon store. That was like my spot in high school.
There was a Les Schwab.
The what?
Les Schwab tire store.
Oh, the tire store would be decent. I used to keep a blanket and a pillow.
They had the building, and they had all they had like 4 bays, and then the building ended, and there was like an outside bay that was like completely invisible.
That's kind of a nice little carport.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
But I was with the girl, and she showed another guy. So one time I went to go back there, and there's already a car back there moving. And
occupied.
I was like,
what the fuck? You honked.
And I knew whose car it was, though.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The license plate was like Jeremy. I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn it.
God damn it, Jeremy Nelson strikes again.
Yeah, my dad called me carrying a blanket
That
and
you
pillow.
might want to delete out. That's a real name.
Yeah, we'll
That's a real
blank his name.
Yeah, fuck it. He'll like it. What's up, Jeremy? I was there that night.
He was fucking, no problem.
Yeah.
I had a
Graham cracker toenails.
my dad called me carrying like the blanket and pillow to my car one time. He's like, "What are you doing with that?"
I heard you say you had a blanket and a pillow in your car.
He was like, "What are you doing?" I was
Shit.
like, "I don't know. If I ever have like a sleepover, I'll be like ready to roll."
Be ready to rock.
And he was just like, "All right, dude." I also had like some like landscapers. The Verizon finally went like active. And it was during the day too. I was just going nuts, and these Mexican dudes just walked out and just like came up to the car and had to be like, yo, get out of here, guys!
This ain't the spot.
Come on, guys, I'm more. I still am more. Mountain Dew. You know what we all need to get more of? Off our ass. With bold flavors and a refreshing citrus kick, Mountain Dew will have you off your ass and have you feeling like you're on an actual mountain. A mountain where the weather is always perfect, your friends are ready to hang, and a day of epic proportion awaits. Call out my favorite flavor. I'm going to go with original today. I'm having an original kind of day today. Talk about what game/activity you'd play with friends. Should be fun, competitiveness, and social activities. Well, first, me and my friends would sit together and just all drink a responsible amount of Mountain Dew, and then we'd go to the bars and talk to the ladies. And if the ladies weren't exactly feeling us, we would just go back home and just do some bench presses and work on our physiques and try to get ourselves as ripped as possible. So next time we see the ladies, they're going to want to kiss all of us. The mountain is calling, and you should answer. Grab your friends, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew, wherever refreshing beverages are sold, and do the dew, all right? Mountain Dew! Mountain Dew! Mountain Dew! They say first impressions are important, but what about lasting impressions? That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew helps give men longer-lasting and stronger erections so you can perform at your very best. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in a chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part? It's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office. And I have something to say about that. It's semi-discreet, but they fucking ship it to a giant box in your house that says, have the best sex of your life, Blue Chew. So maybe discreet the packaging a little bit more. They sent me the fucking sampler. It came to my house. My motherfucking babysitter saw it, and I had to be like, oh. Not that it matters if my babysitter thinks I can get hard or not, but it's just fucking kind of pissed me off. Anyway, guys, Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped directly to your door. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office. That's true. No awkward conversations and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. And guys, I gave you my personal tale. Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best, so discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code DRENCHED at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code DRENCHED, to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, so your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They have an exclamation point. I'm trying to honor their exclamation points. Keeps them live. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. Another exclamation point. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Another exclamation. Jesus Christ, man. Think Justin Jefferson will get more than 83.5 yards next week? Lamar Jackson will pass more than 1.5 TDs? Cook up hot takes with your friends and we'll win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. I mean, guys, you know how I feel. I fucking love real money sports action, daily money sports action fantasy platforms. Guys, come on now. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code DRENCHED to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DRENCHED on the Prize Picks app to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Come on now. Guys. Let's talk about True Classic right now. I mean, I genuinely like True Classics t-shirts. They have absolutely ousted the other t-shirts in my closet. They feel more. I used to wear Uniqlo, and now I do kind of look like a fat squish body in Uniqlos. They like the real flowy. Anyway, I do like True Classics. They, whatever. Designed to accentuate your best features, True Classic shirts are tailored for a perfect fit, snug in the arms and chest with just the right amount of room in the midsection. True Classic sells premium products at an affordable price. You can get their best-selling t-shirts, hoodies, jeans, and more in 3, 6, and 9 packs. True Classics activewear becomes essential for workouts and vacations alike. Their activewear crew necks offer moisture-wicking, quick dry, and odor control. Pair them with their super soft, stretchy joggers for all-day comfort. The holidays are here, and True Classics ultra-comfortable, perfect-fitting essentials make for the perfect gift for you and the man in your life. What the hell? Oh, they're talking about like your brothers and stuff. So if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now and unlock big savings during their huge holiday sale. Just go to my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/MSSP to save. That's trueclassic.com/MSSP. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. End of the year holiday cheer thanks to True Classic. Let's get back to the show.
I used to call this the magic burrito. And so what I would do is, why'd you perk up so much?
I didn't know what you're talking about. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about being ready for whatever in a car.
I'm talking about fucking cars. I'm talking about the magic burrito.
Check
I'm like,
it
all
out.
right, let's
Check
go.
it
Let's
out.
go.
So this
Here we
was
go.
what a magic burrito was, right? Like I had this whole period of my life where I was like, let me see if I can get a hand job.
For sure.
Right? And so a magic burrito was a hotel lotion wrapped in a face towel. And so all of that shit would be in my backpack. Like I had magic burritos.
What would you use them like a Fifi, basically? What are you saying?
What's a Fifi?
Like the prison pussy people make where they put like sandwich
No,
bags
no,
together?
no.
So you would just store lotion in a towel in case the hand
It's a
job was coming?
hotel lotion. And then you roll it up like a blunt or whatever.
I thought you were saying you like squirt it into a towel.
No,
Like,
it was
bro,
still
you're
in the
fucking insane.
container.
Got you.
But if a girl was like, let me see, I'd be like, I'll bet.
You would
Pull out
bust
the
out.
magic burrito. I got a cloth, I got lotion, let's go. All I need is your little.
Oh, you had the whole set. You had a mobile
it's a
kit.
magic burrito.
I see what you're saying. I thought you were
I
saying
just
you
need this
squirt it-
cold, awkward hand. That's all I need.
Yeah, true.
We were young.
It's true. Yeah, they
I'm
should.
talking before people knew the twist at the end.
Yeah, true.
We were
It takes a woman a whole life to learn how to give a hand job properly.
Yeah.
It's-
Do you
they
remember
start
when you
off-
first got like one? You were like, wait a minute.
I thought I was getting hurt, dude. Yeah, it was the first time I got a hand job. I think it was in like grade school.
No, I don't mean like a bad one. I mean, do you remember when you got
Oh, the first time I got one that I
legit
was like, hold
one?
on. Yeah, dude. It's crazy. It was a revelation.
Right. Like, do you ever have a hand job that was like, it was better than what you had been doing to yourself before?
I'm the best, bro. I'm the best in the biz. No, I'm the best in the biz.
But there had to be a time where you weren't, where you were just doing straight shots and somebody hit you with your first double twist and you're like, oh, you can do that?
No, I'm telling you, man.
You on your own figured out you could double twist your dick.
I don't double twist. I've never double twisted.
What do you the high and tight or whatever you figured out, but you were on your own, you figured out there's levels to this shit?
I mean, I didn't realize how bad girls were until like grade school, and I was kind of like, whoa. I was like, yo, stop. Like this hurts. They were just like trying to like upward it. And I was like, yo,
oh, that's a lot of meat.
bottom part's worthless, dude.
Please,
like,
I
move
can't
up,
feel
yeah.
any of that. Come to the tip where all the nerve endings are. Please.
Yeah, I
Matter
mean,
of fact, I'll hold everything
I
down.
guess
You
I'd have
get
to
that.
say like maybe like a wishy-washy. I've been to like the wishy-washy before back when I was a young man.
What is wishy-washy?
That's like when you go in like the massage parlor and the Asian ladies like give you a bath and jerk you off.
No, I never did that.
Yeah, I wouldn't start if you haven't already done it. But the
Is it addicting or something?
when you're younger, it's just like you get drunk.
Those are everywhere where I'm from.
They're fucking everywhere.
Foot spa.
They're
foot-
everywhere.
foot
everywhere.
massage.
Every time you drive around, and once you know what they are, I'm like, fuck.
It's probably
this
too easy to just be like,
It's yeah.
I ain't doing shit. I might as well just pull off.
The problem is
Kids, I'm going to the movies by myself.
yeah. The entrance is the worst part. 'Cause you got to like walk in, and you're just like, Jesus fucking Christ, and
Right.
then you're in there, and then you leave, and you're like, oh.
Do they know you? Or is there like a
No.
process where you're like trying to not look like a cop?
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of look like a cop, so I was like, I don't think they care. But
You don't think they don't even give a shit, huh?
no, not at all. They a lot of them have the FOP stickers on the outside window.
What's that?
They're paying the cops. They're like paying.
Really?
Yeah, you can be like an FOP like donor. So
Okay.
I remember thinking that was kind of a wild move though. They had like FOP year after year all over the window.
Just as, hey, we donated. You guys leave us alone.
I would say, sorry, my allergies. I think it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit.
Are you getting emotional?
I'm thinking about the wishy-washy getting emotional.
Goodness.
I mean, dude,
up.
to be fair, they like literally lay you on a table and just like dump buckets of hot water on you and just fully wash you down.
Now, this sounds like a relaxing experience.
It's a definitely, if nothing else, it's a relaxing experience.
Do you think people could tell that you did it?
No, what do you mean? Like when I came out, I mean, your hair might be a little wet. That's kind of
But
suspect.
what about just like your general amount of relaxation?
Mm,
People are like, motherfucker, you went, didn't you?
the wet hair and the smelling like lotion would have been more of a giveaway, but
But not the light feet and the floating around?
no, because you kind of like come out of there like, ugh. You have to like
You feel, like,
emerge
nasty?
back into the world. It's like if you ever like a sex shop, you gotta like walk in and walk out. And you're
Do
kind
you
of
feel dirty?
yeah, big time. I grew up Catholic, so it's like anything.
Did you ever get over that feeling where you walked out with your chest up?
One time, no.
Whistling?
I wish I did, but I did see a man one time who did exactly that. I was doing demolition, and we were like taking out a parking garage. So my job was to like stand on like the third floor of it and just watch, make sure people didn't like have shit fall on them in the little alley.
Right.
And there was a wishy-washy in that alley.
What?
So I just watched people go in and out all day.
Yeah.
And like we would all fuck with them. We'd be like, yo, and they would come out, and like most people would scamper.
Right.
This one old man just looked at us and went, did a little bow.
You're
and walked
welcome.
away. And I was like, dude, you're the man. I was like, I just want to be like you when I get older.
Yeah, that confidence is that's nuts.
But yeah, then you get into it though, and then like you find out later a lot of them are like kind of like sex slaves, so that's not good.
Sex slaves.
Well, what happens is if you run one of those things, what you do is you bring girls over. You say, hey, like, you know, we have a modeling agency. You're really pretty. You bring them over from Korea, and then once they get there, you just yank their fucking paperwork, and you're like, this is what the fuck you're doing.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know
Doesn't
that.
seem to be what's going on. Because like
Some
the
there could be-
cars outside are like old ass Honda Civic hatchbacks and shit. Like these are old ladies.
Yeah, well, that's the mama-san. But then it's like there's definitely a dude running that place.
Really?
Oh yeah, bro, definitely. They're like organized crime. Yeah, if you're bringing women.
What's
in.
Mama-san?
That's the head lady, the old
Like a
lady. who
madam?
Gets, yeah, the madam. She gets to
Okay.
run it. Yeah, the mama-san.
I know a little bit about it because Seattle's built on whorehouses.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the whole underbelly of Seattle.
really.
Yeah, there was like one madam that had like 37 whorehouses. And so the entire industrial, it being built and stuff was like paid for by.
Yeah, I was reading a book recently. That's fucking awesome. I was reading a book recently, and
No, type in like Seattle
well, let's check these Yelp reviews first. Let's see.
founder.
Yeah, I read a book. It was like set in the 1890s, and
That's not what I'm looking for. You're about to find some actual ass for sale. No, like the history of Seattle and whorehouses. Like I'd like to maybe try history.
apparently they had a huge boom out there. I think maybe that was the gold rush. I don't know.
Miss Ma or something.
First prostitutes were Native American women. Yeah, I'm sure they weren't really kind of, you know, like, hey guys, you want a job? That might have been a kind of a coercive situation.
There was a lady, Madame Lou. Boom. Who is Madame? Right at the very bottom.
Oh man.
Click that. Madame Lou. There it is. Lou Graham, born Dorothy Georgine Emmeline Oben, was a German-born
Okay.
woman who became famous as a madam of a brothel that is now Pioneer Square district of Seattle. That's shorting what she did. But they had like taxes. They had a seamstress tax. All that was just how to tax the whores.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like this city was built on.
Yeah, dude, back
she
in
is.
those little towns, or those, you know, they were little towns originally.
You have to type probably Madame Lou Graham.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is that?
But everyone's coming in for working on the railroad, working on in lumber, working on whatever. So people had money.
Yeah, man.
And she was cleaning up.
Well, dude, and back then too, it would like say you were just like you're a girl and your parents both died. You would be like, if you didn't have any immediate family, you'd just be fucked. So you'd just be like out, just like sitting there, and someone.
Can we click that one right there that says she got arrested by a rookie cop that didn't know?
Oh,
The left one and the red. Yeah. What does that say? It just looks interesting.
oh shit.
She was so influential that she had all charges cleared and had the police commissioner fired.
Yeah, dude.
Do you know how much pussy you have to sell that if you get arrested, you can get the commissioner fired?
Yeah, and also she probably had the DOS on all those guys. So she was like,
Yeah,
she
she
called the
definitely-
mayor and was like,
for sure. She's got the Diddy list.
she did.
For sure. She's untouchable. That rookie cop fucked up.
Yeah, that was probably crazy. 1890s hitting like whorehouses and shit in a wild western town. That must have been insane.
Right.
But yeah, they
But
really,
it's not like they had tapes and videos on people. Like that lady's word was bond. Like she could just lie on you and it's a wrap for you.
true. Or it'd be like, you know, you might have had a guy in there, like a mayor, get like rough with like a younger girl, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, all it would take would be like, yeah, that guy's a piece of shit, and everyone would believe it.
Believe her for sure.
For sure.
Right.
And they could be like, I know.
I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar.
True. Or it could be like, he has a mole on his ass, I can prove it. And the mayor would be like, fuck. Dude.
His wife would know. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it, Henry. She knew that you had a piece of your asshole removed and a new ass put on.
Dude, I was reading another book, and there was like this, it was like, I think Korean War. And they got stationed in Germany. And they would have like their
Who did?
cigarettes. It was like this Irish immigrant guy who came to America, and he joined the Korean War. So like all the American soldiers were over in Germany and they would have to drive like the laundry back and forth. But on the road, they would stop at refugee camps and trade like coffee and cigarettes to like starving like refugees, like Eastern European women.
Right.
And just fuck them
What?
in like a hovel. It was like, I was reading this like, God, that's ruthless, dude.
What
Just
is
back
a
then,
hovel?
just like a shitty like makeshift like tent set up. They would just like go back there and just like get blown by like starving women for cigarettes and be like, nice.
Oh, they were giving them cigarettes for the head?
Yeah. And you like head or just fuck them and just be like, nice. And it was like, he was like explaining it. He's like, they were freezing cold and like dirty and like starving. And I was like, oh, bro,
Or like
that's
a
horny.
can of beans.
Yeah. That's pretty horny, dude. Back then, dudes were like
But-
fucked up how horny they were.
Yeah, but like, you know, they got to have a pretty good skill set.
Yeah. The guy did say he came pretty quickly,
In a sex tent.
especially survival mode. Yeah.
Right. And you got to hurry up before your laundry's done.
Yeah. True. Well, it's funny enough, the laundry was being done in Dachau.
What's that?
It's like one of the concentration camps.
Oh,
So World War II had like just happened. So it was pretty fresh when they like were like exterminating Jewish people. And that was like one of the, it was like, Dachau and whatever the.
I always heard of Auschwitz.
Auschwitz. That was the big one. But there was a couple other ones.
Okay.
Auschwitz gets, kind of all the, it's the most famous one. People talk about that. But yeah, he had to go to Dachau and like he was with a Jewish guy and they like pulled up on it and he was like, oh shit. And the guy like completely freaked out.
Just from being back at the same place?
I think his parents were there or something. I think like, cause back then, I think your family would just get wiped. Like if you're a
Really?
Jewish dude, yeah, you would lose like your whole family would just get like obliterated.
I mean, you mean just like during.
World War II. But the Korean War, when was the Korean War, Josh? I think it was pretty shortly after.
1950s.
Yeah, it was like pretty shortly
I
after
don't
World
know.
War II.
I don't know anything about the Korean War.
Me
Other
either.
than recently on like TikTok and Instagram, they're saying that the Korean War and all the black soldiers going over there is how Koreans learn how to make such good fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That could be because they love fried
No,
chicken
that's
too.
literally-
That's
Like the recipes from like Louisiana, the way
Yeah.
they do it.
whoa.
It was 1950 to 53.
Damn,
Like they
dude.
learned from the black soldiers.
Because dude, I used to work for a Korean guy and they love fried chicken, dude.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's kind of
They learned how to fry chicken from the black soldiers.
Damn.
There's how to.
I didn't. That's fucking nuts. And they came over there and like, all right, we're gonna. Yes, African American soldiers stationed in Korea during the Korean War. Most likely taught Korean soldiers. Okay, sick, man.
That they shared the barracks with.
Damn, dude. Then they came over. They all came over shortly after. Set up the shops.
And made beautiful children.
It's true.
Where
That
I'm
was-
from, there's a lot of like black and Korean couples and white and Korean couples, and man, the black and Korean girls are stunning.
Yeah, that
Like
was.
that Kimora Lee look,
Blasian was like mythologically hot back in like the early.
or even like white nation, like Janae Aiko or whatever. I don't know. Is she white nation?
Yeah, she's
black.
Asian,
See,
yeah.
I'm hooked.
Yeah,
That is a
it's-
whole look. Just pull up. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
literally the hottest combination by far. And
Oh.
they got a couple. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. True.
No, it's an Asian lady with a black attitude.
Depends how it goes. Depends
Take
how
off
hot.
your
She,
motherfucking shoes.
it depends how hot she is. It depends how hot she is.
Chopstick. Fuck you.
I think the hotter they are, they go either way. If they're kind of beat, they'll like present pretty age. If they get hot, they're just like, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go.
So the hotter they are, the blacker they act. Wow.
That's my theory. I don't know. That's my
I can
theory.
see it.
I would. What the hell? I'm not bringing anyone a glass of water. If I'm a fucking
I think
Blasian
it's
10,
more.
like,
I think it's like based on what city they're in.
true. I mean, that's probably more.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's black and Korean girls in Korea. They're not all here,
Yeah, true.
and they don't act like that.
No, not at all. But I was just making a joke. But but no, I dated a Blasian girl.
What was the joke? I missed it.
I was just saying if they're hotter, it's like why would they be like meek and humble like typically Asians are? You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking funny. And I'm sorry I missed it.
That's okay. It's totally fine.
No,
It's
it's
totally fine.
worth going back to get. Asians are really like harugi, but not they're like
Dude,
harugi, motherfucker.
No,
'cause they bad.
to be honest though, I
I
dated
get
a girl who was half black and half Asian years ago, and like, dude,
Was she a
like,
cop too?
no, she was not a cop. She was a fucking doctor. Actually, she was studying to be a doctor.
Of course.
I only deal with women of magnets of industry. There's big leader titans in the industries. But I would like be sitting there like drinking water and like my water cup would get low and like not even like making a big stink about it. She would like pick it up real quick, fill it back, and set it back down. I was just like, what the fuck?
Wow.
The hell is
Like
this?
this is part of what I do
That was just a setup. It was just like, oh shit, your water's low. Let me go get that and fill that back up. And I was like, man,
culturally.
yeah, exactly. The hospital. I asked her, I'm like, what the fuck was that about? She's like, it's just been drilled into my head.
I can see that. I have a homegirl that's Guamanian and she's similar too.
What is she?
Guamanian.
Oh, Guam.
Chamorro.
Gotcha.
Yeah, from Guam.
Mhm.
Yeah, very service service of their husband's oriented.
I know, it's fucking, not the worst thing in the world.
I think it's pretty damn cool, to be honest with you.
So what are your aspirations in the romantic sense? Are you bachelor for life, or do you have kids?
No, man, I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I'm single right now. I want all that shit.
Yeah.
But I think it's, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you travel. You're saying you're on the road
It
a
ain't
lot.
even that. It's like now things have really taken off. Like,
True.
like it's been in 2 years. Like, to give perspective, like I went from not having TikTok or whatever to like, do you know my whole little origin story?
No. Tell me.
So, I own the biggest black-owned comedy club in
I did see
America
that. I
in
did see
Tacoma,
that.
Washington. It's called Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club.
Sure.
Okay, I did Wild 'N Out and a bunch of stuff like that. A friend of mine told me to get on TikTok because he was having success on there, and I was like, "Come on, dude! Like, who needs another app?" And he's like, "Go to my page, screenshot it, come back the next day, and compare, and tell me if you still don't want to be on there." And I went and looked, and I was like, "That's ridiculous growth in one day."
Yeah.
And so I got on TikTok, like posting the stuff that wasn't jokes.
Yeah.
That wasn't material, right? And that ended up being crowd work or whatever. So that's Matt Rife telling me to do. We were
For
boys.
sure.
He not consistently was my feature, but we had like some gigs before, like he was the
Oh, so that was the
performer.
Rife man being like, bro.
Yeah, that was Matt saying like, "Yo,
Gotcha.
gotcha." And then
Yeah.
I did it, and then shit went crazy, and so now I got like 3.8 million or something like on TikTok.
Damn.
And so my road manager was telling me the other day, he was like, "Dude, that's like 1 in every 97 Americans are following you."
Oh,
right?
fuck. Yeah.
So dating has changed
Yeah.
because if they don't know who I am, somebody's like, "Oh my God, bitch."
I've seen him on TikTok.
Or a waiter's like, "Sir,
Yeah.
can we get a selfie?"
Yeah.
Like, and so then it affects the dynamic of just
When
getting
you're
to know
dating and
somebody.
that happens, it's the best because then a girl's like,
Is it
they like
though?
that. Why? What's the downside?
I mean, there's plenty of downside. Like they're not even being who they are anymore. They're like, "Oh, caught a whale."
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, sugar.
I didn't think about that. I'm just thinking about coming. Yeah, that's true. If you're trying to life building, that is
And
tough.
that's another thing,
It's tough.
right? Before they knew that, like coming was an option.
Yeah.
Now they know that. They're like, "Oh, let's see how I can string this out." Women do that. They'll give you pussy faster if they don't think you're an actual contender for their heart for real.
I could see that.
That's the new thing. You've been married a while.
Yeah.
So the new thing is if a girl thinks she has no real future with you, but she's attracted, she will smash you. But if she likes you, now she's
She'll
going to
wait.
she'll wait. She'll string you along forever. Because, you know what I mean? Let's
She
build a
doesn't-
friendship first. And let's this and
Yeah.
this. And you're doing all that being patient. Meanwhile, that same guy that has no potential with it is like, it was cool.
Have you ever done that though? Has anyone ever just like sat and just like not smashed and built like a genuine friendship? I'm
No.
like,
Well, he said he has.
what do you do though? You're just like, hey,
Legos.
let's wrestle, I guess,
Right.
buddy.
Have a shitload of wet dreams.
Yeah, I feel like I always am like, man, I wish I did that. I was with my wife luckily when like, we were on like an air mattress, so it wasn't like,
So you guys you got it out the mud together.
yeah, so that was kind of nice.
Right.
But, the woman you said you were going to have sex with behind my back on camera.
The cop? A cop on an air mattress?
That's really
that
mean. That
sounds
was like
made
really
up
mean of me
anyway.
to say that. But no, dude, yeah, we met before that. So yeah, I couldn't imagine if it was like, it would be kind of weird. But then it's like, what is even the problem with that? That's like being a lady with big tits, being like, you just like me because of my big tits. It's like, well, that helps, but it's also,
No, and I swear to God, I've had this conversation many times, but it's like, who wants a cupcake with no sprinkles? Like, let's appreciate it for every part of it.
yeah.
No, they're like a bag of M&Ms, and they come to you pulling one of the colors out, being like, let's appreciate all the other colors first, so then I know. Like, well, no, I like the
Yeah.
yellow ones too.
Yeah.
Most men are like, if I'm dating a girl or getting serious with a girl, I want access to the whole girl.
Yeah.
Let's talk mind, body, spirit, ass, all that shit. If
Sure.
they're serious,
Yeah.
right? And so what's happened now is there's dudes that have acted or taken advantage of that, so then they build a wall around it, and now they're giving up the pussy last. And unfortunately, it's like your only barometer for telling if a girl truly likes you.
Is,
Right.
she gives you the pussy.
Otherwise, because she can act like that.
Yeah.
And then the girls are also like, you can get pussy anywhere. Let's build the other stuff first. So it creates this weird circle of just like,
It does. And you're both
of
open.
pain.
Well, that's the problem too. You're both open to, if you're online dating, it's like, there's just people who like they have been talking to or you have been or hitting you up and you got to be like, oh, actually, and it's like,
everybody got somebody, a floater, an ex, a next.
that,
the
yeah,
last.
that's a practice. They say it's called cushioning that women do where they'll keep like communications going with like 4 or 5 dudes.
I call it vine swinging.
Yeah, it's some fucking bullshit, man. That's something I was never a fan of. Like, they're just my friend. I'm like, you don't have any fucking friends, dude. It's
They
just
have
me.
a whole column of guys that they would marry. You ever been over there? Then they got a column of like, they literally they run their dating life like a game of fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah, true.
Legitimately.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I was always more of a boyfriend type. I wish I was more of like the mysterious kind of sexy
I
intruder
got a
who comes
friend
through
that's
and be
the
like,
one
yeah.
that always the one that they fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just can't get a girl to like love me for real.
Yeah,
That's his
yeah.
whole thing.
He's just-
Gorgeous dude. And he just got to the point where he'd had enough. Like he'd slayed enough. And he was like, I want a family.
Yeah.
And every woman is like, ooh.
Yeah.
And he's like, calm down. Can we just
Yeah.
talk?
We chill.
could talk. They're all tracing his lips. He's like, God damn it.
Are you still talking about Matt Rife?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about a whole nother dude. But I bet Matt goes through that same shit, right? That jawline.
Yeah, he's a very
Yeah.
and once that like catches on too. Once like enough women are like, oh my God, he's so hot. The rest of the hive mind kicks in. They're like, I want to suck his dick too. And you're like, well, hold on.
Yeah, I can see it, I guess. I mean, I'm not into dudes, but he has a jawline. I think that's a feature that they like. You know what I mean? You know?
And the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is tough. I never thought about the kind of like, yeah, if you once you're like kind of doing well, then you have to kind of like try to pick, and then like, we have to pick someone.
They just told me there's a dating app.
I heard about this.
Raya?
I've heard about
Does that sound right?
Yeah, it's like an elite dating app kind of like.
Yeah,
if
so
you're,
it's like so everyone's not overreacting at who they see on there. Like,
how do you even do that though?
apparently you sign up like one of those private Facebook groups where you got to like answer the questions and they vet you and then they let you in.
Oh, really?
That's how. I mean, how else would a police chief date? How else would a attorney date? How else would a
So it goes. It's like it goes.
a
Even if
brand
you're-
new Detroit Lion in the Detroit market?
That's
like,
my question. How hard do you have to be balling? Like if you're like if you're like a base,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
if
a
it's
start
a
out
bread thing, but it's got to be a notability thing, right? Like a weather woman is in there.
right on. Should be, yeah.
She's on TV every day. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She's not making the same kind of money as.
But
that.
yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, so they told me it was called Raya. But
Someone just literally told me about this. They were
Elite Singles apparently is one.
yeah.
But my there you go. How do you get on Raya? My users sign up by inputting basic information about themselves.
Oh, they probably check your follower count and blah blah blah.
Yeah. Well, my boy was like, "You're gonna have to get on Raya, dude."
Damn. But then it's like, I don't know.
I'm not even a celebrity like that, but
You might be married. I think you're still Ray material.
I do
dude.
get I do get stopped though in real life. Like
Well, how
like,
hard?
exiting the Austin airport just now? Like you know how you got that last checkpoint? That like there's if you go past here you can't come
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in. Well, there's two ladies sitting right there. And one was like, "Shut the fuck up!" You know what I'm saying? Let's get a picture, sugar. So we took a picture and everything. And
Yeah.
she was like, "We are fans." So
That's cool.
yeah, but like, how do you date? If I'm on a date and that lady walks by, shut the fuck up.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean? Like I'm like,
It is having online notability or notoriety is like a blazing sword in the online dating scene. I like got to test this theory out back when I was dating online. So I had like a regular profile, I was like, I was kicking around, regular dude doing stand up, and then my friends did like a web series and it had like Comedy Central.
mm-mm.
So then I got a picture. I had like a small role in it, so I got to put a picture on my dating app of me with the Comedy Central logo.
Forget about it.
Bro. It wasn't even right. I should have done it. I mean, it was kind of some bullshit on my part because I had like a
Forget about
2-second thing on a web series, but people see that and they go TV,
Yeah.
and the messages came in way faster.
I tried to do Tinder, I think it was, and so where I'm from, my show, it was a show before it was a club,
Mhm.
super funny comedy show, and we had this backdrop or like we had a photographer. Scott Payton took immaculate pictures, and he did it for like 4 years. So you could like just get dressed up as possible, and at the end of the show, be like Scott, and he would just literally be taking headshots. Of people.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
that good.
Yeah,
So when I got on the dating site, like 99.6% of the bitches, okay,
you saw it.
were Scott Payton pictures. It's like from my show. You know what I mean? You can just reckon, you know what I mean? So I was like, I can't get on the app. Everybody's literally taking pictures for my show.
Yeah, I mean, I was a pig. I had no problem just utilizing that to my
But
advantage.
they wouldn't pick me. I don't know what it was. I'd be on like they would assume because I'm the guy that has the show and the star of the show or whatever.
Yeah.
That I'm slaying. So they would pick like my band members that were sitting behind me, or they would pick the comic that's in town, or they would pick like it was like my homies were like, "Dog, I'm crushing." I had a homeboy. I'm not even gonna say his name because I think he's about to get married. But anyway, he was like, I just saw him on the road in Greensboro, and he was like, "Dude, I used to slay off saying I know you." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." We'd be like, "You want to meet Nate?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "Yeah." Like if they kind of liked us, like we would say that, and it was a wrap.
Yeah, and you can totally. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying. It is tough because it's like if you genuinely want to have a family, you have to like somehow do the opposite of
I don't
that
know
line
how.
of thinking.
And also, there's a certain type of woman that it would take,
Mhm.
right? Like a woman has to sign up for a man that is like truly trying to go get it, and she may not be his number one priority at all times,
Yeah,
right? That's not a normal, like this, she got to be raised away or have like a certain upbringing or be around industry before or have try to chase it on, like some sort of a proximity to the game to be like, this is a good guy and this is what he does. So if they're like, and that's not on an app, that's not a thing. Like, so the women that fit that profile, like they have to have had some sort of history with somebody to be like, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. They're saying
you
like
can't be their first rodeo. That's a comic. There's no earthly way. Not if you popped. There's no way.
Yeah, it's
you're
tough.
gone. You're 38 weeks. You're out of there.
You're gone all the time.
The money's insane, but you're gone.
Yeah, you're gone. They don't like that at all.
It's like pick some dates and come with me. Let's do that part. And then it's like, but you're still working.
Dude, it's nothing worse. My wife does that. She's like, we'll just like go out to dinner before the show. And I'm like, I'm not fucking going out to dinner before the show. I don't want to talk. I just want to chill.
And we got to sacrifice and go. Now we're sitting in Fuddruckers like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck. And people are like, excuse me, can I have a picture? You're like, I'm just trying to just with my family here. But no, so it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's not like to the point where I feel like cursed by it or nothing, but I could see where it's like,
yeah, I just let it rip, man. I was let it, but that's the thing too.
Then, saying, like, imagine, like, who's a super known face? Like that person trying to date, like they have to struggle. Like
it's always there.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's one of those things. Yeah, it is. It's always there. Where it's like, do you like me for me or for
Joey from Friends? Like in real life, it's just like I just want to meet a girl that appreciates me for who I am.
Yeah.
She's like, shut up, Joey.
Yeah,
it's not my real name.
Luckily for me, I'm always just kind of like. I've always like whatever, and it was again. I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff.
We met.
We met.
You said you met on air mattresses.
Yeah, but I always do rub my like what little success I have in her face at every moment. I'm like, dude, how you like me now? She's like, shut the fuck up. It is funny though, because when you get recognized when you're dating, it's like, yes, dude, I'm definitely getting pussy tonight. Now it'll happen with my wife, and I used to even like rub that in her face, and now she's like me into it. She's like, whatever. She's like, yeah, here, I'll take a picture. So before I'd be able to be
I'm
like,
not even to that point. Like if I'm with, let's say I'm with friends, and this is my new pet peeve. I'll just share it. It may not even fit where we're at in the conversation, but this is my new pet peeve. Mm-hmm. If I'm with friends, or really it's my own like road, like my openers or videographer or road manager, somebody will like not know who we are. Like, why do I recognize him? And they're like, you don't know who that is?
Oh, yeah.
You don't know who that is? Oh, my God. We are on tour. That's the Nate Jack. And I'm like, I was just trying to fucking eat some sandwiches. Like, come on, guys. I was cool. I was flying under the radar for just a second.
My wife does that. She'll blow my spot up all the time. And like they like don't even care. The internet, the way it is like people like see you like, oh my God. And then some people like,
or nothing. Yeah. It's all or nothing. Yeah.
So my wife will just be like, oh, well, actually, my husband's a comedian. And I'm like, bro, will you please stop doing that?
Yeah, it's weird to sell it.
I don't want that. And she's like, I'm just so proud. But I'm like, don't do that.
She says she's proud?
Yeah.
I know they do it because they're proud of their role, like what we do together. You know what I mean? Because we're building a thing and there's such inclusivity and you know, we're really building a thing. And so I know they're proud of it, but I'm like, well, just let me just.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Which is weird because I rarely even wear this jacket. But here I am like, I don't even want to be who I am. Like, but I really, you know what I'm saying?
But no, it is weird because it's one of those things. Like if you were like a dentist and you had 40 fucking dental practices and you're making millions of dollars, people won't freak out like that. There's something about show business that it like rocks people to their core.
And I'll go a step further and say, yes, for sure. But then the social media, like it's a whole, because they're taking a shit and holding you like this.
Yeah.
Some people are like, dude, I got your stuff on autoplay on my TV. I don't even watch TV anymore. Or I got like the amount of connection is nuts. Like, I got out of a Uber 2 hours before my show where my assistant and merch manager was late and I had to bring in a crate. And this husband pulled up with his wife. They were looking for parking at that moment. The wife jumped out the car. Nate! Runs around the front of the car and beeline straight to me. I'm like, shit. And I drop the thing and I just book it, right? And she chases me and there's like this light post. I grab the light post and do like, you know, you can spin around and I do that and I ricochet back the other way. Her husband gets out the car. He's like, she's a fan. She loves you, bro. And I'm like, yeah, I get all that. Well, fuck that. Like I'm playing now.
Yeah, you're fucking
But she's like, all right, can we just get a picture? I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's always awkward.
And the husband's like, yeah, say cheat. Like while the love of his life is like,
dude. That's the most uncomfortable possible when it's like
for what role though? Her, him, or me?
You and him, I would say. I think she's having a great time.
I'd probably say him the most.
Yeah, probably. I've like, yeah. Sometimes the pictures you'll feel like just someone mashed their tits into you, and you're like, yo, get off me, dude. Your fucking husband's thinking
this happened to me in.
I might start being like, get off of me, ma'am. Get off of me.
Back the fuck up. No,
I'll take a picture of you too.
That was in Austin. Was it in Austin? Yes, this was here in Austin, the Moody, and so 2 days ago. And this lady came up, and her collar was all smushed inside of itself, right?
Yeah.
And she had to meet and greet, and we were, take a picture. And I was like, well, hold on, your collar's not fixed. And I went to go. I was like, well, do you have a husband or anything like that? And he's like, oh, yeah, he's not here. I was like, well, let's just fix your collar. Right? So, fix her collar. And then, like, it's still stuck. Her purse is like cutting a titty off. I'm like, so I grabbed the strap. I'm like, let's move that, fix that. All right, we're ready. You ready? She's like, I'm ready. Like, cool. We take the picture, and then she walks forward to like the exit because the entrance and exit separate. And she's like, oh yeah, and that's my husband. I'm like, what? And this big ass light skinned dude's like, yeah, man. I'm like, she said you weren't here, bro. He's like, no, it's all good. I heard her do this shit. She be doing this kind of shit in public, fucking around. Like, I feel like a dickhead for that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
But she literally was like, he's not here.
But again, if you were just like, yeah, I own fucking 47, Carabas, and people, they don't give a fuck. It's
they
like,
wouldn't know.
It's if your image gets plastered onto a screen, it like deifies people, and they think it's like a big deal. And it's like,
I'll say they do know. But it's not like, it's different. Like, people know at their church because they're like tithe and they're like, oh, he balling. Or they know at Rotary or wherever, like,
true,
it's a meeting of those kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is just different. So I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna date. You got lucky.
Yeah.
You got in there beforehand and all that, but I don't know. And I never thought this was an offshoot of what.
But I was asking you, yeah.
No, I'm saying of fame. Like, I wanted, like, this was always the. I was like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get after it. And now it's like, God damn, I can't find a woman that just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they say that, or they'll say, hopefully, but like,
well, they'll burn out.
I want to meet you. I'm like, you are meeting me. No, but like the you that's not like the separate from the comic.
They'll say that.
I'm what I do. I've been doing this for 20 years. I am what I do now. I'm a comic. Like, you can't say like, well, who do you think you're meeting? And then they'll say my government name, like, I want to meet Nathaniel. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
No one's called me that since Little League Baseball.
And then you're supposed to like,
you know what I'm saying?
And then you're supposed to be like, well, let's just be buddies after you said that. It's like, dude, I don't
even know what it is. Or here's another thing. So check how awkward this shit is. So
that
there's
sucks,
another
dude.
Nate Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, anybody Googles himself, there's probably another your name somewhere.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, well, there's two for me. There's a white guy that plays guitar. And so I would say like year 5 of my career, I was in the #1 spot on Google.
You were battling the other Nate Jackson
at first.
That's sick.
And then, so there was a backup tight end third stringer for the Denver Broncos that wrote a book about smoking weed and playing football.
Sick.
And as soon as the book dropped, he ricocheted into the first.
He overtook you.
Dropped me back like 5 pages.
No, dude.
Yeah. Right. But now I'm back in the #1 spot. Just whatever. Like,
sure.
But I'm on a date, and it'll happen every now and then where somebody's like, "How long did you play for the Broncos?" Because they Googled. And I didn't play in the league, right? But it still comes up if you search sometimes. Like, if you just type Nate Jackson, but if you type comedian Nate Jackson, it's all of me.
Sure.
So I was on a date, and the girl was like, "What was it like playing for the Broncos?" And the only place on earth that it says that is Google. So I'm like, "You Google me?"
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's weird.
Yeah, it is fucking weird. But no, actually, for women, it makes sense though because they got to do like a thorough investigation to make sure like you're not going to kill them. So they all do that.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm not a guy she met in passing. Like, she was at a show and there we are at a dinner and she's like, "How long did you play for?" Like, you went further to Google and ask. I'm like,
you should have been like, it's pretty hard.
Couple years. Elway was a motherfucker.
I did always get a kick out. I had friends that would like completely lie to women. That was like their move. They'd be like I was like, it was like years and years ago. But I've had friends that'd be like, "Yeah, man, like we were like younger, like yeah, like I own a business, like we work together," and I'd be sitting there like,
it's all a fallacy.
You don't own a fucking business, but I'm like, that was always a wild move.
Yeah, I remember I was in the movies, and one of there was like a scene where like the guy had like a lot of game, and my homeboy out loud was like, "Oh, I'm gonna use that," but it blew my mind at the time. I was like, "Wait, what? You can procure game from just mimicking this kind of shit?"
Definitely.
I didn't know that. I was like, "You got to be who you are." He's
yeah,
like, I'm gonna be who he was. He was fucking in that movie.
It's a good move.
You're with that?
No, I would never lie like that. I always felt weird being like, because then it's like they're gonna find out eventually. But like I had friends that would just like cook up these wild lies. And I'd be like, one time
my boy would sit on the hood of other people's cars and shit, like it was his.
Yeah, one time I did tell a girl I was visiting LaSalle, and I just like told this girl that I played, I think like soccer or football for some reason. I think somebody said that about me, just fucking with her, and I was like, yeah, I play football, and I think we made out because of that. So that's on me. That's my bad. But I was hammered. I don't remember, but I do remember I stole football.
I almost got a hand job in college for saying I was a Seahawk.
What?
So they did their spring training in Cheney, Washington at Eastern Washington University where I was a student. And so they would offer you to stay over the summer and like help the preseason stuff. And all you're doing is just like bringing them water and making sure the cones and stuff are set out, and
For sure.
showing them around town or whatever. But like, it's a small, rural, populous town. Like, as a black man, like, it's not a far jump for someone to assume you're in town during the summer because you're a Seahawk,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, yeah, I am. I was signing autographs.
As a Seahawk?
My name, Nate Jackson, number 67 or whatever. Like, how much for an autograph? I'm like, I don't know, $5, something for a
Yeah, I
sandwich.
got you. No problem.
Yeah, I must have
Damn.
made $15 and signed a couple footballs.
And almost got a hand job. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I didn't sign it to say, I wasn't like emulating that just cause. Like, it was like this most innocent little kid that was like, can you sign my ball? And I was like, fuck it, kid.
Yeah, here,
You know
I'm
what
not
I'm
going to
saying?
explain this.
Yeah, like, and then not only that, 60% of the people that are out there playing that are Seahawks won't be in 3 weeks anyway. It's just-
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? They're not making cuts.
And he Googles it and he's like, holy fuck, dude. He played for the Broncos, but I got him.
Exactly. And he's hilarious. Yeah, for sure.
Well, dude, we're at an hour, man. Thanks for doing this, bro. That's crazy you flew in. You know, I really appreciate that, man. For real.
No, I
It's
appreciate
awesome.
you for having me, man. I hope that one, that we're friends now.
Friends.
And then two, that the avid people that watch this can appreciate this dynamic that we have. You
For
know,
sure.
This was fun and organic.
It's awesome, bro. Yeah, you're the
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah, dude.
I hope it splashes and hits well. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
gonna be somebody like, who's this fucking fat black dude? But there's also somebody else that's like, oh my fucking God.
Exactly.
So I want more of that.
Hell yeah, dude. That's
I
what I'm
need
talking
more of
about.
that.
I just
Yeah,
want
and
people
so-
having a good time, man.
Yeah, and so you're invited. Come to my club.
Dude, please, that'd be sick.
For sure. And yeah, I give healthy deals. I want you to eat what you kill.
Okay.
You know
Hell
what
yeah.
I mean? And we're at it's in Tacoma, Washington, so we're like 30 minutes south of Seattle.
Right on.
And there's another club in town called the Tacoma Comedy Club.
I did that one once.
They're cool, no hate, but we're the other club. We're
For sure.
bigger and nicer and newer.
Nice.
And but you can still go there. And obviously, I'm a comic, so I'm like, feed your family. I give
Yeah,
a
do
shit.
whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, but this is me inviting you to.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, once I get a new hour, dude, I'll swing there.
Yeah,
Fuck
or even
Tacoma.
or even if you're working it.
Fuck
You know what I'm
Tacoma, dude. I'm not even worried about it. What's it called? The Tacoma Comedy Club?
saying? I don't want you to say.
I'm
Fuck
kidding.
'em.
I'm fucking around. They were nice. They were very
I
nice.
don't want you to say fuck them.
I know. I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
fuck
kidding.
'em,
But no, they could use another.
No, fuck them. So.
They were very nice, actually. But still,
Oh, they're cool, man.
it's just fun to say that kind
No,
of
the
stuff.
owner, as we used to, he's a stand-up originally. So
Was he
we used to
really?
Always worked too. Yeah.
Oh,
Out
nice.
West, funny guy.
Nice.
And so no, I'm not knocking.
Yeah,
what he's
I'm
doing.
purely
It's hard to
fucking
run a
around.
club, man. So anybody that's doing it, I'm like, I got appreciation and respect. Even for
Yeah.
all the competition.
Oh, why don't you just have sex with one of your waitresses at your club?
That's hell no. Jesus Christ. Frankly, you shouldn't fuck anybody that works for you. You know what I mean? If people found out about you too. Sheesh.
Yeah, we got to get back to 69, and actually, we
There you
were
go.
really working it earlier.
I just heard about this shit called a rainbow kiss.
What's that?
We don't have time.
I think I've.
We don't have time, and it's the nastiest shit I've ever heard of. But the kids are doing it now.
Come on, tell me what is it?
I can't do
Well,
it.
it'll be a great way to end.
You'll just have to. They need to look it up
I'll look it. I'll Google it afterwards.
right
I'll-
now.
Yeah, let me see it real quick, dude.
Okay,
I want to see what a rainbow. Could you give me a rainbow kiss?
it's a new thing for the kids.
Images, please. No, don't actually. Don't show. Oh.
Yeah, just heard about that. This is what the kids are doing.
A supposed sex act in which a man and woman who is menstruating simultaneously perform oral sex on each other.
69.
Followed by a kiss where the couple makes a semen and period blood in their mouth. Yeah, that's disgusting.
That's what the kids are doing.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
That's so fucking nasty.
and there's another one called a snowball kiss or something like that, where she just like hot tuas in your mouth after.
Is this supposed to like, then I think after you like, if you do a rainbow kiss, you do, I will give it to you if you want to be like, yo, I'm non-binary. I'll be like, yeah, you earned it, bro. You have transcended all of
Like,
sexuality.
that's way past either of the spectrums that we got, for
Yeah.
sure.
I will call them like Zer. If you do a rainbow kiss, I'll be like, yes, Zer. I fully respect you.
That's wonderful. Do I tell them where to find me and stuff?
Yeah, dude, plug all your
Okay,
shit.
so Mr. Nate Jackson on Instagram and TikTok, and Nate Jackson Comedy on YouTube. And so on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, we release 2 clips a day of stand-up or crowd work or whatever, 2 clips a day. Something will tickle your fancy. And then once a month at my club, I do an 8-camera shoot called the Crowd Work Joint, where I only do crowd work for an hour. It started off, it was just a challenge.
That's awesome.
But now there's like 14 of them. I've been doing them all year long, and they cumulatively have like 15 million views or something.
Fuck.
Like they're going psycho.
Well, dude, that's how whenever
She was very sweet. She said, she didn't say fast. She goes, you need to work on being less, not thin.
That's worse though.
That's
I'd rather
so
someone be like, you fat ass, and be like, you need to be less, not thin. But you just swam 25 miles.
Yeah. Well,
That's wonderful though. That is good though to have a woman to push you to those heights. Because then is that really like the genesis of you kind of branching out into like?
I had actually already left medicine at that point. I had been out of medicine for 3 years. I was working at that time. God, what was I doing? I was working at an energy company, I think, or maybe I was in finance or something. I had nothing to do with medicine. But that was right around the time my daughter was born as well. And so I think that was kind of the 1-2 punch. It was sort of my daughter's born. And then I'm realizing actually like I'm not that healthy. Even though I exercise a lot, I'm actually not that healthy. And those two things were what kind of got me to be pretty obsessed with just trying to figure out how to not die prematurely.
The kids do that. I have a 2 and a 4-year-old, and that really kind of, I actually thought, you'll find this interesting. I thought I was healthy. I was doing the, all these apps. Like I did the one where you like mail your poop and all that stuff. And I did that. That came back like, dude, you're like 6 years younger biologically. I was like, this is awesome. I had the Aura thing. I had that going on, telling me I'm 7 years younger than my age. And then I took a blood panel. Dude, I'm like pre-diabetic.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, what the fuck, man? It was like, I thought I was like killing it. I got it back and it was like, I literally just found out 2 days ago. So this timing couldn't be more perfect. What is it, A1C, I think it was? My A1C is like 5.7. Which was like, but I did eat 2 bites of a pancake before my blood work, which I'm not supposed to do.
Shouldn't impact the A1C.
Damn it, dude! I was fucking hoping that was the answer. Yeah, so that is kind of crazy because and again, I don't, I'm not the definition of fitness, but I'm not like, I thought I had the almost type 2 diabetes.
Well, it takes a while. Like no one wakes up diabetic, but also most people don't recognize that it's a 10-year journey for most people.
Really?
To get there, yeah.
So what? I have like four more years of pre-diabetes.
I mean, I think that's impossible to predict for any one person, but we definitely know the disease is so much more complicated than people, I think, historically have thought of it. People have historically said, well, I mean, type 2 diabetes is your pancreas can't make enough insulin, you can't get enough glucose out of your blood into the muscles, and eventually we just cut off some arbitrary number. We just say once you reach a certain level of blood glucose, then you have type 2 diabetes. But to me, that's just not a great way to think about it. I think of it as a continuum and a spectrum. And pre-diabetes is a step along the way, but we also know that the lower your blood sugar, the better. So 5.7 is better than 5.8 is better than 5.9. But even though we would call you quote unquote normal at 5.6, I would argue 5 is much better than 5.6.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it was like for real joke because I was like dancing in the end zone on my wife because she is her biological age and I'm not rubbing it in, but it was like whatever. And I was like, I'm 5 years older than her, so I was like her peer biologically. And I was laughing. I was
these biologic clocks things are such a scam. It is incredible.
Well, dude,
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
It's
brilliant marketing. It is brilliant marketing.
Well, I woke up one day and I went like I lost half a year of my biological age. I was like, what the fuck did I do? I went into a panic. But yeah, so that was like a real revelation for me. I was like, holy shit, man, because my dad has type 2 diabetes. And I was like, yeah, that's on him. He eats ice cream all the time. I'm healthy. And I like got my blood work and I was like, son of a bitch. By the way, I'm just breaking this right now. I don't.
This is breaking news.
This is breaking news.
This is like so timely.
I have and I was actually, it is very timely. And I have been leveraging it emotionally in my household, which is nice. Anytime my wife bothers me, I'm like, dude, I have pre-diabetes. This cortisol is going to mess up my insulin. So
I got a text message literally on the way over here from a buddy who just got a vasectomy yesterday. And we had recommended the urologist to him who was going to do it. So he goes, look, I just want to tell you, man, literally the best experience ever. The guy was incredible. So funny. He's got me draped like over the table. So like, he's like, there's a drape, like I'm laying on my back.
Like a C-section? They do like, they don't let you see.
Yeah, it's like you're sterile. Okay. They want to keep you sterile, right?
Gotcha.
And the guy walks in the room first time. He hasn't seen me. He doesn't see my face. He just sees my schlong and he goes, oh, I remember you. But he was like, but it was just all jokes. And he says today, he goes, look, honestly, 0 pain at all. But don't tell my wife, I am going to milk this as 10 out of 10 pain for another week.
So important.
Yeah.
So also the vasectomy, you can't ejaculate for like what, 7 days or something?
That's a good question. I don't know how many days. I don't know how many days. I don't know.
It's like 7. My friend did it.
He had to hold off,
7 whole days. And he said he went a little prematurely and said he had a little bit of pain. So that's not good. But yeah, dude. So that was kind of crazy, man. Because I've been doing all the services because I haven't like been to a doctor in forever. Because I'm like, I go to, and this is I think was cool in your book. You have like, what was it, Healthcare 2.0 versus like 3. What was the latest?
Yeah, Medicine 2.0 versus Medicine 3.0. Yeah.
So 3.0 is kind of where you're at. That's kind of more cutting edge. 2.0 is like a step up from like medieval humors and.
Yeah, but still important. I mean, we still want Medicine 2.0. Medicine 2.0 will take care of a problem when it shows up.
Gotcha.
And if you're in a car accident, you break your leg, you get pneumonia, you want someone who knows how to deal with those problems. But it's a very different system from, hey, how do I take a guy whose hemoglobin A1C is 5.5, who everyone thinks is just perfect, but I think he's on the path to actually, being diabetic in 10 years. And why would I wait till he's staring down the door when I could just make the changes now?
Yeah, that was kind of my beef with doctors. I would go there and they're like nice. I don't have anything against them, but I go there and they're just kind of like, yeah, cholesterol's good. And I'm like, this is all we're worried about? Like this is, it's like, and then they lowered the window to like blood pressure. One day I went in there and they're like, oh, by the way, high blood pressure is lower now. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't have a blood pressure problem, but it's like, I just feel like you go there and it's like, you're like a car. You go in and they check like 2 things. You're like, yeah, you're good. But so I really liked your book. How you're like, you want to check for more things and try to increase the health span, not just the lifespan. Which I like, because a lot of people are very unhealthy. I thought I was a poster child for health, dude. I'm one of the suffering Americans. Just I need Michelle Obama to come make me lunch, dude. I'm fucking fucked up right now. So what are you working on right now? Because the book, has anything changed from the book? And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the summary was like the 4 horsemen. That's the things that are the 4 leading causes of death. And there are what? Heart disease,
Cancer,
cancer.
neurodegenerative diseases and dementing diseases like Alzheimer's disease and metabolic disease.
That's me. That's diabetes, right?
And they overlap. So
Yeah.
when you have type 2 diabetes, your risk of those other diseases goes up by 50%. So that one sort of feeds into the other. And also if you have cardiovascular disease, your risk of dementia goes way up. So,
Oh, really?
oh yeah.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, and you know what's weird too? Because I don't want to turn this into like a personal doctor visit, but like I, for real, had like crazy brain fog. Like I was like messing up recalling words, and a lot of my mom's side had like dementia stuff when they got older. So I started being like, damn, I might be like getting like early dementia. And as soon as I learned about the high A1C, and I don't know if that's like high enough to cause brain fog. Like I was like, I forgot the word croissant. I was like trying to think of that word, couldn't think of that. But as soon as I got off all the carbs, and now I'm like basically doing like keto, my brain just like came right back to life. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's related to the A1C per se, but fluctuating levels of blood glucose make it just a little more difficult. And some people are more sensitive to it than others. Some people, you know, they can eat all the carbs in the world and it doesn't seem to phase them. And a lot of people are like, no, the moment I go to slower carbs or just no carbs at all, or just more complex carbs, my energy levels normalize. And so too does my attention.
Yeah, dude, that happened for me. And I also don't have to eat as much. Like I was eating so much, man. It'd be like 4 cups of rice. I was just pigging out.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I stopped eating that much carbs, I eat like 2 meals a day, and they're pretty like sparse. So
Tell me about these pictures here. What's
thank
the
you, man.
significance?
This I just figured it was funny because it's just kind of like a just an ample naked lady sitting at a picnic. So I literally picked the pictures very quickly. This one I just wanted very intense imagery.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like, you know, this is pleasant. It's a little complicated. You have
What do you think's going on here? Why is she naked? And who are these guys?
These guys are up to no good for sure. They I think these guys, it looks like they just got happened upon, and someone's going, "What the hell are you doing with that ample naked lady in the park?" And this guy's like,
But he's like fully dressed.
Yeah.
And then who's the girl in the background?
So to answer your first question, this is a clothed male, naked female. It's a fetish. That's going on, and I think she's kind of like next. I think they're like, get over here, strip down, so we can have a naked picnic. This caused a serious uproar back in the day when this guy painted this. It was a problem.
I believe. I mean, I can see why.
They were like, if you had someone pose, this lady had to have been a prostitute, and they're like, that's totally scandalous.
Yeah. What year approximately was this?
I wish I knew. I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say like maybe the late 1800s. If I had to guess, but I could be wrong. And I don't know what that guy's hat's all about over there, but
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of. I don't want to profile him, but I have thoughts.
true. It is a hat. I don't recognize that hat, and I do have my own suspicions as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's like, I don't know what's going on. He seems kind of distracted. I think he's being caught. She's just kind of getting caught. There's just a lady in a pond, maybe, just kind of floating around.
Oh, that's interesting. So I see that now. I thought she was picking up apples, but maybe she's washing her hands
Sure, well,
in the pond.
you know, one could only guess why. But yeah, so that was cool. I thought that was a fun one. This is very intense. I like this, and then I just toss a little crucifixion up there.
Yeah, it's the rainbow crucifixion. I don't know my biblical history well enough to. I would embarrass myself if I asked dumb questions. But is there a rainbow after the crucifixion?
I would hope so. You know, God was rising back to heaven 2 days before, so I'd hope that.
No, I thought it was 3 days after this.
3 days, my bad. 3 days.
So so that foreshadowed maybe the resurrection. Is what
Could
you're
be,
saying.
could be.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know. I don't have any real knowledge.
Can you imagine how brutal the world was when we crucified people?
I think about it all the time.
Like, how lucky are we to live in this candy ass world of softness?
Dude, I try to tell it to people, and I have people tell me.
I'm so grateful.
It's insane because I try to tell people, I'm like, dude, it was way different. And other people will be
like those guys were thieves, right?
Yeah.
Like that today, you wouldn't even go to jail in most cities.
Yeah, they'll kill you.
Yeah. And then you get crucified?
Yeah. And it also, the procession was like a pretty nasty part of it. Too. Just get walked through the streets, spit upon, rocks thrown at you.
I can't fathom.
Dude, the social anxiety.
And by the way, that's only 2,000 years ago, which in the arc of human history is yesterday.
Nothing.
That's nothing.
That's what I try to tell people, man. Because there's a lot of people who are like, everything's always been the same. It's just different variations on the same themes. And I'm like, dude, it's gotten so much different from 2,000 years ago. It can still get so much different.
Think about 500 years ago, right? Think about if you could be you, or you could be the king of England 500 years ago with like, it sounds great until you get like a dental abscess and you realize there's no AC, there's no heat, food sucks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're going to be the king of England 500 years ago. I think
the food still sucks in England now. Yeah, that's a good point because you could
probably pre-fish and chips.
Yeah, that would actually suck. I didn't ever thought about being like the king of another country, but it would be pretty terrible. There was a king in some medieval time, like longer ago than that, but they thought alcohol was like health stuff back in the day. It was like the spirit.
It kind of was because water was so contaminated, right?
Yeah.
So you basically had two broad cultures that emerged from either the fermentation of water, right, and alcohol to get rid of the bacteria, or tea. right? You had sort of the rise of the sort of tea culture where you boiled water. But yeah, the idea that you were just going to go and drink water was like, I mean, the fact that we're sitting here drinking this is incredible.
It's pretty tight, actually. But yeah, they had a king. They were like, they rubbed him down in like brandy, maybe. And then they were like, all right, we're going to like rub this all over his body. And like a candle got too close and just burnt the guy alive. And all the high priests or whatever had to be like, oh, you must have been fucking evil.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
no one put two and two together. They didn't understand exothermic chemical reactions.
Damn, dude. So let me ask you this. What is your, the gist of your book is basically, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but the gist was basically like, we can pre-screen better and we can kind of promote wellness rather than waiting till somebody has like a horrible, often irreversible disease and like try to fix it through kind of like nuking the
and part of it is like, what gets measured gets managed. And so medicine 2.0 measures lifespan as the ultimate outcome, which is, that's been productive. That's a good thing to measure. I'm not suggesting we shouldn't care about lifespan, because 150 years ago, lifespan was 40 years. Today it's 80. That's insane. We doubled lifespan. And that's all due to medicine 2.0. Basically figuring out how to not kill women when they gave birth to children, how to keep babies alive when they were born, how to fight infections, how to wash our hands, like that, and a little bit of stuff around trauma and critical care, like you doubled human lifespan. But we're not managing health span. And so part of the argument is, okay, we've done pretty well on lifespan. We could do better, but we really have to manage health span.
Yeah.
And so if we think about things that make up health span, it's sort of like, how much muscle mass do you have? How strong are you? How much endurance do you have? How much flexibility and balance do you have? How quick is your cognitive performance? How happy are you? How are your relationships? How much joy do you have in your life? These things are softer and squishier. Some of them are pretty easy to measure, like VO2 max and muscle mass and strength. Some of them are harder to measure, like cognitive performance. But if you don't measure something, there's no chance you're going to manage to it. And I would just argue we have to slightly tilt in the direction of doing more on that front.
Yeah, it'd also be cooler to go to the doctor and have him like hit the treadmill. Let's check your VO2 max.
Yeah, let me see how long you can dead hang for. Let me see your grip strength.
That'd be so much better than sitting there and just being like basically getting molested and leaving. That's all you do. You go there and they're like, all right, we're gonna. What is the coffee? Why do they do that? Why do they hold your?
It's funny. I thought you were going to ask me to do it to you earlier when you said this is not an appointment. I literally thought you were going to whip your junk out and have me check.
I'm just going just for the A, dude. You got to do the butt.
They're checking for a hernia.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But why is that like the top of the pops? And
exactly.
There's so much other things to check. It's like we're not going to do all this other stuff that'd be useful. We're
not going to look at a bunch of things, but I do want to stick my finger in the inguinal canal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make you cough.
And I'm glad they do that, but it's like, why did that get picked as opposed to all of this other stuff you're talking about? Do you think it has something to do with like just like institutional, just repressed homosexuality throughout the entire culture? And that was like,
I don't know, but I will say this: like, I can't tell you how many rectal exams I've done, and then I realized, like, I mean, technically, a good urologist will tell you that their finger is good enough to truly feel a prostate cancer that would otherwise not be picked up on a PSA or some other test. And I'll take them at their word. But I think for the rest of us who don't do 20 a day, I don't think my finger is good enough.
Don't say that.
I mean, I'll work harder, but
yeah, that's crazy. So they're saying they can just feel like it's just
they've said like, look, man, there's always that one case that slips through the crack where the guy has a normal PSA, no pun intended. Yeah,
so they can't tell. Yeah.
But they're like, yep, if you feel a certain type of super hard nodule on the prostate, that would be suspicious.
Damn. Yeah, that is. I think they really could if doctors would embrace that. It'd be so much more fun. You go, you kind of run on the treadmill, dead hang. They can talk to you a little bit about it. It just seems so kind of sterile.
Plank. Yeah, there's like a bunch of basic tests. Everybody should be able to. We should be able to see the people do. I completely agree.
Yeah, I know. I did really like your book for that reason. Hopefully that kind of stuff takes. So so if that's the scope of the book, where do you stand now? Has anything changed in that time? Or is there anything that's like latest and greatest that's kind of like blowing your mind right now?
I think my thinking is always evolving. I would say if I were writing that book today, I would actually kind of add a fifth horseman, which is anything that pertains to a weakened immune system. So I'm just getting over a cold because I have 3 kids and 2 of them are young. So basically I'm always in the face of like some virus, right?
Yeah.
So twice a year I always get some stupid cold and it's no big deal. It starts in my throat, blah, blah, blah. It gets into my lungs. I hack up a bunch of junk and then I'm fine. But anyone who's been around older folks realizes that that's the kind of thing that can tip them over the edge when they're 80 years old.
Yeah.
A really bad infection, a flu, COVID, things that us, 50-year-olds laugh at can become deadly. And so from a research perspective, this is something I'm super interested in, is how do we regenerate the immune system? So, I'm in my 50s, my immune system's also in its 50s. Would it be amazing if when I'm in my 80s, I could still have an immune system that's maybe like in my 50s or 40s? The effect that would have against, mitigating the risk of fatal pneumonias, infections, and even cancers is huge because the immune system is the first line of defense against cancer.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Didn't they used to use like fevers for that too? They would induce fevers to try to kill certain types of cancer?
Yeah, and it wasn't very successful because it's so non-specific.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cancer is the only way for the immune system to eradicate cancer is you have to get the very, very, very specific T cell that recognizes exactly that cancer, and you have to figure out a way to make enough of them that it wins that war. And that rarely happens spontaneously. I mean, the
Yeah.
cases are, documented in the literature. They're so rare,
Mhm.
but we now have drugs that can make that happen in about 10% of cases,
That's
which is
pretty cool.
huge.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So what was your research yielded? How do you think you can bolster the immune system, or like?
I mean, it depends I don't know how technical the audience wants to get into this stuff, but so stop me when this has become unbearable.
For sure.
So we have DNA.
Okay.
So everyone's heard of DNA. DNA is the code that tells every cell how to make a protein. So what tells DNA to turn on and off are something called methylations, little carbons that stick on the backbone, or something called the epigenome. So DNA is regulated through this methylation pattern. And as we age, that changes.
Gotcha.
So we can look at a T cell, which is the type of cell that fights a cancer or an infection, and we can say, that's what an old one looks like. That's what a new one looks like. Even though the DNA is the same, the epigenome above the genome, this methylation pattern looks different. And so the question is, what if we took the methylation pattern of an old T cell and made it look like a young T cell? Would it revert into a young T cell? So to me, that's certainly top 2 or 3 most interesting questions in aging research today.
That's pretty cool. And that makes sense, because it's like the DNA, you're born with it, and then the epi layer, that's like the kind of like pattern that's affected through the environment.
That's what regulates it, exactly.
Yeah. And then so if you can kind of get into that, and then so you could, and it was stress too, because I noticed that was a big thing in your book. So and you can stress yourself to the point where your epigenome will just start being like
everything in the environment can affect that. So it's affected just naturally through aging. So the passage of time affects it, but so does anything in the environment. So whether you exercise, whether you smoke, whether you have diabetes or not, all of those things, good sleep, bad sleep, high stress, low stress, anything can tweak that in the right or wrong direction.
Damn. Okay. That's pretty cool. So you're saying,
but the gravitational pull of age is huge. And that's the one I'm most interested in, is like, how would you, because even the healthiest 80-year-old has nowhere near the immune system of an unhealthy 30-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. And we saw that everyone was hoping against hope that Mike Tyson would just knock out Jake Paul. And that was kind of like a bitter moment for a lot of people.
Yeah. You can't, like age is not.
Like, just can't do it.
Yeah. As Father Time is undefeated, as everybody said.
Yeah. Even with like the TRT, what are your thoughts on that? Like in terms of like, what age to kind of smash the glass and just go full upgrade?
I don't know that there's an age I would do it. I mean, I think the things that I would, I had a long talk with a patient yesterday about this exact question, and he's pretty young. He's like 36. Does not have kids, but wants to have kids.
Yeah.
So that's a huge consideration. So in his situation, I would say like TRT is not a good idea. I suggested that he bank sperm. And if he wants to go down that rabbit hole, and by the way, I don't think he needs to, because I don't think his levels are like kind of 50th percentile. He's not terribly symptomatic. I would kind of eke out a bit more time, but I would rely on hormones that are going to ramp up his body's production of testosterone, as opposed to just giving him testosterone, which will shut off his body's supply.
Forever?
No, and it's not something that happens overnight. Like
Gotcha.
He'd have to be on testosterone for a while before he would shut down his own production.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? On like that whole thing, especially for 30-year-olds? Do you think it's like good to kind of have that, or do you think it like should be kind of a long road?
I think you got to take every case individually. But if a 30-year-old has testosterone that is so low that it's impacting him, I think you have to start by asking why.
Right.
Like, how bad is his sleep? How bad is his stress? How bad is every other factor going on? I mean, when I finished, when I was leaving my residency, my testosterone was 227, I think, which is insanely low. That's only 2.5 times higher than a woman.
What?
Yeah.
Is that why doctors' hands are so soft every time you shake them? Damn, that's crazy.
That's for the rectal exam. So you just don't get
That's true. That's true. You wouldn't want like my dad's.
No,
finger.
But the reason is pretty clear, right? Because I was sleeping 28 to 30 hours a week.
Damn.
Right. So, horrible sleep deprivation is going to make it really difficult to make appropriate levels of testosterone.
And that makes it harder for you to sleep too when your testosterone gets lower?
I think probably a little bit, but the causality is much more in the opposite direction, meaning the horrible sleep is destroying
I see.
the production of testosterone and growth hormone. But of course, at the time, it never occurred to me to do anything about it. And once I, was in a job where I could actually sleep each night, lo and behold, my testosterone kind of normalized.
It peaked up.
Yeah.
What do you think that's a good thing for people to actually look at? Because I always get the feeling that like if you even go into one of those places, they're going to hard sell you and you'll be on the tee like before you know it.
I think you should not go to. I'm trying to think of the right analogy. If you walk into a store that only sells hammers, everything's a nail.
Yeah.
Right. So I think if you walk into a tea shop and all they do is male hormone optimization, I would say buyer beware.
Yeah.
Because even if they internally have the best of intentions, like I just don't think they can get out of their own way.
Yeah.
I also think you should be very wary of going to a place for any sort of therapy where they're selling you the therapy.
True.
Like if my whole shtick is I'm here to give you the best hormones or supplements or whatever. And oh, by the way, on your way out, we'll sell them to you. It's just such a conflict of interest.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
so what do you think about the even the internet companies that are like I did one. I don't know if it's nice to like name it or not, but like the ones that like you mail like stool sample, blood, saliva, and they're like, here's precision supplements for you and you alone. How do you think they're like? How much of that is kind of generic? And do you think some of those companies are really dialed in or like?
I don't doubt that there are ways to kind of sort of optimize supplements around biomarkers. I'm not sure that it's as precise as people want to believe. Yeah. I certainly don't think that. I actually think you can do a lot of supplement optimization off really basic blood work. Like I don't think, certainly, a stool sample is not necessary because most probiotics can't even provide the bacteria you need to impact it. I mean, your diet has a far greater role. Your fiber content has a far greater role on your gut biome and things that you'd be measuring in stool. And obviously saliva, blood, urine can measure things that are relevant and interesting. There aren't that many things that I think are worth taking. Like I think, if you're low in vitamin D and you're not getting enough sunlight, that makes sense, but that's a pretty simple blood test. If your homocysteine is elevated, you probably should take some methylated B vitamins. And if you drop it by more than 5 or 6 points, you're probably doing a lot. If your omega levels are low, fish oil probably helps if you're not willing to eat 3 servings of fish a week.
Right.
But the true basics of this are really simple. And then there's other supplements that probably make sense for most people, and you don't even need to test for them. Like anybody who's active could probably justify taking creatine.
Yeah.
And there's no blood test that's going to tell you whether or not you need it. We just know that, to fill and saturate total body storage, you're going to need 3 to 5 grams per day. So,
really, that was surprising. That was like something I heard like in college, like years ago when I'd lift weights. It was like creatine was almost like viewed as like a serious kind of like bodybuilder supplement. Now everything I read is like, no, everyone needs a ton of creatine.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just if you're playing the game of optimizing, you're going to get a benefit, probably about a 10% boost in performance for intensity and like super short intensity, i.e. the creatine phosphate energy system. So kind of like high bursts of 10-second work, and then anaerobic stuff. It's not going to improve much aerobically, but and you'll also get a little hypertrophy benefit because the muscles will get bigger when they bring more water.
That makes sense. Yeah, if like my kids are like 7 feet away and they're not listening, I could just fucking run at them.
Easy.
What the fuck are you doing?
Easy.
Just hulk them down. Yeah, that's my thing with fitness. A lot of people, and I'm sure I don't know if you've heard this. You're kind of I'm sure you're like listenership is very health oriented, but a lot of people get very like, I don't know, like very kind of scoffed. They kind of scoff a lot of this stuff where they're like, who gives a shit? And it's like, and I feel bad because like, I do get it. If you're like in a job you hate, you're just totally crushed down by like your life circumstance, having somebody be like, dude, eat a banana and do jumping jacks. You're gonna be like, dude, fuck you. I don't want to think about this, but it also will make your life better. Like I always like, whenever I lose sight of that, whenever I get too into my own, like just stuff where I'm like, this isn't going well. I don't have time. If I just take like an hour, even a half an hour and just like run as fast as I can, it's like, I feel like amazing.
Yeah.
And I always say that's like a nice dimension you can add to your life where it's like, everyone's like, like I want to get better in my job, blah, blah, blah. It's like just adding that, like time yourself running 100 meters and then try to get a better time next week. It gives you something you're kind of making progress in. And it also, you feel like great as a result.
Yeah. I think this is where kind of social media really distorts reality. And the example you give is a great one, right? So if your health sucks and you're trying to figure out where you're going to find an extra 2 hours a week to do some form of self-care, the last thing you need is some idiot influencer telling you to spend more time in the sauna and cold plunging. Like, I can promise you that is not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth best use of your time if you only have 2 hours a week.
How would you break it down then?
If you've only got, I would start with let's do the absolute basics of blocking and tackling. So first thing I want to know is, are you getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night? Because if you're not getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night, it's going to be very difficult for you to do anything at your best.
So I don't want to interrupt you. My question with that is, say you are tracking your sleep and you only get like 43 hours of deep sleep every night, even though you go to bed at like a proper time. Does that matter as much of like REM versus deep sleep, or like?
I assume you mean 43 minutes, but
43 minutes.
Yeah.
I wish it's fucking 43 hours.
I only get 43 hours of deep sleep a year. I'm doing the math quickly. Oh god. I don't know. If a person says, I feel really well, and there are these, I linked to them in the book. There are a whole bunch of surveys you can get for free that just have you do like, these are validated surveys that kind of go through daytime drowsiness and stuff like that. If you're in bed 7 to 7.5 hours a night, ideally 8, and your little sleep tracker says you're sleeping 7, but you're not happy with your stages, I wouldn't put a lot of stock into that unless you feel that there is a problem.
Got you.
But if you're like, no, I feel fine, and I fill out all the 2 surveys and they said I'm doing fine, ignore the data.
That makes sense.
And stop wearing the tracker.
I know. I gotta
just
stop.
done with the tracker. So
I was checking every day. I'm like, 43 fucking minutes.
Yeah. Like it just creates more anxiety.
It's just red. I see red numbers.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck.
I haven't used one of those in a longer time than I can remember.
Yeah.
So
just do
then the next bucket. Yeah. So then the next bucket I want to know is what's your physical activity level? So let's say this is a person who's got none. They're doing none, and they say, look, I've only got 2 extra hours. I'm putting that entire 2 hours into exercise. So I'm going to say we're going to do 4 30-minute workouts a week. And again, I'd have to know more about the person, but it could easily end up being, we're going to do 2 cardio sessions a week. We're going to do 2 strength sessions a week. One of those cardio sessions per week is going to be kind of aerobic base training where you're going at the same intensity the whole time. It's not that high. You can still sort of almost carry out a conversation. It's a little hard to talk, but you could. And then the other cardio session I would do, say 3 days off of that, would be more interval, kind of like what you were describing. So let's get on a, if you're at a gym and they have one of those like, air bikes, do something there, be on a treadmill, be outside. It doesn't really matter. Like the goal, like this person will get so much benefit from 2 hours a week of exercise that it almost doesn't matter what they do. And then the other 2 days a week, I'd have them do 2 30-minute whole body workouts at a gym where they never stop moving.
Okay.
So if you're doing it at home, it might be push-ups, pull-ups, wall sits, something like that. If you're at the luxury of being at a gym, you might just rotate machine to machine to machine and never stop. And that would just bring huge dividends. And then the last thing I'd do is, in addition to that, is just do a quick audit of their diet.
Yeah.
Are you overweight? Are you adequate weight? Are you underweight? That determines whether you need to eat more or less. And then are you getting enough protein? And honestly, like I wouldn't make it much more detailed than that. And so look, with just a little bit of that insight, you've made better use of 2 hours a week. You've got them to stop worrying about their sleep. You've maybe changed 3 little things in their diet. I promise you that person in 3 months is going to feel significantly better. And then maybe, by the way, at that point, they're like, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing 3 hours a week of this exercise thing because I'm feeling kind of good. And you know what? I kind of want to dial the diet in a little bit more. But again, the problem is too many people are consuming information that says, oh my God, you need to be on this supplement. You need to be on this supplement. You need to be doing 30 minutes of this type of sauna and 20 minutes of this type of cold plunge. And people are like, shut up.
Yeah. I can't do that.
Yeah. I mean, and to be clear, I love sauna and I love cold plunge, but it is like the 20th thing on my list of 21 things that is a part of my routine.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. That's actually cool to hear because it is like the solution is pretty basic and simple, and that's the thing that gets me bummed out when because I do think we live, and I could just be wrong, but I feel like we live in a pretty nihilistic kind of age, and it's like it does suck when that spreads. It's like a physical nihilism. Like, what the fuck's the point of even? It's like, dude, you'll feel so much better if I don't work out. I get depressed. It's like A to B easily. If I don't do it for like 2 weeks, I'm just like depressed and sad, and it's like, and if you don't do it, it's just you feel terrible. And I always like to try to just get up and move your fucking body, man. Just so much. So much better.
We were meant to move.
We were
and meant to be outside. That might be the other thing I would add is figure out a way to do something outdoors, like whether it's a quick walk or incorporate some of that exercise outdoors.
You know what I started doing? Skateboarding. At my ripe old age of 38, I
just took it out.
I just took it back. I've been doing it when I was little, I just started it, and it's weird. That's a real eye opener when you take an activity you did in childhood effortlessly. You're like, let me try this again at 38. Dude, I swear I burnt 900 something calories. I skateboarded for an hour and 20 minutes, and I was dying.
That's awesome.
Cardio wise, I was just doing like a little pump track where you kind of just like ride up on a wall. Dude, I thought I was going to die. I used to do this all day when I was younger. Now I'm like, it's like a real eye opener to be like, all right, where am I at? Because I do feel like, especially, I guess men and maybe women do it too, but men specifically over index, like, I'm good. And it's like, try something that you did when you're younger and you're like, holy shit, I'm going to my heart rate was at like 170 the whole time. Just skateboarding. And I was barely pushing. I just had to like balance myself on this track. It was amazing though. I agree with you. It's like, find something, to do and just kind of, I don't know. I feel like, I do feel like we get too tunnel visioned into like the career stuff, and it's like you need to do that to survive. But it's like the sacrifice of hours of time for like the quote unquote rest time into like physical activity just pay dividends and all the other things you're trying to do anyway. But yeah, I always sound like a broken record, but I'm like, dude, it's so important, man. It really is. So yeah, skateboarding's awesome. We should go one time. You skate? Nope,
I do not at all.
Have you ever?
Nope. And it's funny. I mean, growing up, I was certainly of that age when a lot of kids were skateboarding. I don't know why it just never appealed to me.
Yeah.
I was sort of busy in my own little world. My daughter did for a little bit. She's 16 now, but she did probably like when she was 12, 10, 11, 12, she was pretty into it. The coolest thing I've picked up recently, though it's not a physical activity, but I'm freaking obsessed with it, is chess.
Really?
Holy cow.
How are you pretty good?
No, I'm horrible. I mean, I'm just
bad,
learning, but I love it. Like I can't stop playing. I just can't stop.
Who are you playing against?
I'm just playing my boys.
Really?
Literally, just the three of us.
Phone chess or physical
on
chess?
The board.
That's good. Yeah.
Writing down every move, studying our moves after.
Really?
Like nerding out, watching YouTube videos. I'm obsessed with this guy, Magnus Carlsen, who's the best chess player in the world.
Actually, yeah.
Dude, I can't stop watching chess porn.
Really?
Can't stop.
That's awesome.
Can't stop.
That's awesome.
You know how YouTube figures out what you're about?
Yes.
Like my videographer for our podcast, he pulls me aside like 3 weeks ago, goes, are you getting into chess? And I'm like, how do you know? He goes, because like I'm managing our YouTube channel and like it only populates it's just like pushing chess stuff all day.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, dude, I can't stop.
It is good for your brain.
I stay up
though.
at night like watching chess videos.
Do you really?
Oh, it's awful. I'm like, it's 9:30. I should go to bed.
What's your opening move? What do you go with?
Oh, I'm typically like E4. You know, but I like to castle really early. So I'm going to try to castle within about within 4 or 5 moves if I'm doing a kingside castle.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the first move, the horse, just over your pawns. Be like, what's up?
Yeah.
It's called. There's a name for it. I forget what it's called. It's like the English or something. But the horse. I just fucking bang. Here's my motherfucking horse.
Yeah. No, the knight's cool because again, he can hop over people.
You
It's
move in
awesome.
that fucked up L-shaped pattern. But yeah, I love chess too. That is fun. I just say, yeah, I don't have anyone to play it with. That's the thing. It's like, it's how long does a chess game take?
One of my boys is super aggressive, so the games are quick because he just comes
Really?
out swinging.
Does he really?
Oh, he swings.
I like that.
He goes for the fences. And then the other one is so conservative and so thoughtful that the games take like so long. And I got us a little timer too. So I'm like, buddy,
That's
you have
nice. Yeah.
2 hours to make the first 40 moves or you're disqualified.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, you got to think on your feet.
And the younger one, the one who's super aggressive, is so competitive. Like if anyone in our family ever makes it and becomes like great, it's him. Because you can't like the fire is insane.
Really?
When he loses, he tears up his sheets, and I'm like, buddy, you shake my hand, and we had a good game. He's like, and he's just losing his mind that he lost a game of chess.
It's war. Yeah, it's war. Is it true that the possibilities of the chessboard are kind of infinite?
They
in a
are
way?
truly infinite.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a computationally infinite problem,
Damn.
or as close to. I mean, I shouldn't say infinite, right? In that AI can,
Yeah.
but it's from a practical perspective, I think it's infinite.
Damn. That's awesome. That is cool. I'm going to try it. My kids are too young for that. My daughter did one
Your
of those,
oldest is 6?
4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
4. 6 could be 6 is doable. 4
6 is totally doable.
I did chess. We did one of those big ones. We're on vacation. We did one of those those huge outdoor chessboards with the big pieces.
Yeah.
We did it and I tried with my 4-year-old, and by the end of it, it was like the mommy and daddy were the queen and king were mommy and daddy, and the pawns were all of our babies. And I was like, all right, man. Hell, this sucks. But yeah, man, that is amazing.
I once made the mistake of in a game, like one of my older one, the one who's more conservative, like he had a rook, knight, bishop in the back that hadn't moved. And it was like 25 moves in. And I'm like, buddy, those guys over there are standing there like they got their thumbs up their butts. And now those 2 boys cannot stop saying that. They just walk around anytime someone's not moving, why do you have your thumb up your butt? And my wife's like, why do you say this stuff to them? Like, you can't say anything like that. They're just going to say whatever you say.
I know. It's weird. It's weird because my 4-year-old is like language police in our house. She will learn that something's bad, and then she's just like horrified of the idea of saying it. And she's like, if he hears us saying anything like we even say the word hate, I don't know where we didn't. This wasn't a rule for us. Like, oh, I hate that. She'll be like, don't say that. She polices our language. If we say like that, my wife said freaking the other day. She's like, Mom, that's a bad word.
It's a bad word. Yeah.
Like, no, it's not. And she's like, and I was arguing. My wife's like, no, just give her that one. She's like, it's pretty nuts. But yeah, that is true. They do parrot everything. You really do got to watch what you say, because you can say whatever you want around them for the longest time, and eventually you're like, oh shit, you can talking shit on my neighbors. You can hear this. You can hear this right now.
Our youngest one, when this is the super aggressive one, so it's not surprising. I think when he was like 3, we get a call from the preschool, and they're like, yeah, you got to come and get him. My wife's like, what's going on? They're like, he said the F word.
Whoa.
My wife's like, oh, I'll be right there. But
they made you get him for that?
Yeah, I'm like, this is a misunderstanding. And my wife's like, first of all, the kid is obsessed with rhyming. So he almost assuredly was like, truck, fuck, or something like that. And the woman is like, no. He's actually the first kid we've ever heard use it properly.
Oh, no.
They're like, what was the situation? And they're like, well, he was in circle time, and we were telling all the kids they had to be quiet, and he wasn't being quiet. And we're like, hey, if you're not quiet, you're going to have to get up and leave. And he wouldn't be quiet. So we got up and made him leave, and he stood up apparently and just goes, fuck it. And then walked and got out of the corner.
Like, that's a coincidence.
Yeah. I'm like, I think he learned that from his mom.
Yeah, my daughter nailed she dropped something one time when she was really little, and she was like, shit. I was like, damn it. That was right on
That's
the
on
money.
me. Yeah.
I was right on the money.
Yeah.
So they made you, it was like a 1-day suspension?
Yeah, it was like he's on probation now. I mean, it was like, we ended up finding another preschool for him that he did great in.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's insane to be like, you got to come get this kid.
Yeah.
Although that could spread like wildfire amongst other people.
Yeah, I guess I can see it from the point as well.
No, that's lame. That's crazy to be like, he must leave right now. But I think they got to let that kind of stuff go. That is tricky though, man, because especially at that age, it's like kids hit other kids, and like, some people are like, this is like, you can't. It's like, but I don't know. I treat it like the dog park. It's like, they'll figure it out, man. If it's really bad,
there's got to be enough discomfort in the situation for the kids to evolve.
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's like, dude, you got to they're going to do that, man. It's like, me and my cousin got separated, and we were in kindergarten together, and then we went to the same school the next year, and they were like, AM class, BM class. They can't be with each other at all. But I thought that turned out all right. So before you get out of here, we're coming up on where are we at right now, Josh? I don't want to keep you too long. Huh? 45. Perfect. The one thing that I feel like was in the book a lot, you talked about how, and again, always correct me if I'm wrong, because I have stuff in my head. Stress was something was really on the back burner that you kind of put to kind of like the forefront of your thinking from like a day-to-day and a health perspective. Where do you kind of stand on that? And like, do you have any thoughts on that at all?
When I think about like what is the thing that's going to kill me fastest, I think it's undoubtedly stress. I just think I think it's the most insidious killer in a way, because it's the hardest thing to measure directly. Mm-hmm. You can sort of measure some of its indirect actions, like on blood pressure and blood sugar, which both go in the wrong direction when stress is high. But I think there's even components of it that just, even when blood sugar and blood pressure are normal, I still think it's just doing something to your brain, probably, and to your heart. And again, I don't think anybody would feel good living in a zero stress environment. So it's mostly just about kind of managing how one responds to it. And I think it goes beyond just stress. I think it's sort of like just overall like satisfaction in life and contentment and, enjoying your relationships with people. I interviewed this guy on my podcast, Bill Perkins, who wrote this incredible book. It's one of my favorite books. It's called Die with Zero. And he writes about how you have basically you have time, you have money, and you have experiences. And he talks about it through health. So health, time, and money.
Okay.
And you're not optimizing for the most of any one of those. You're optimizing for the net of fulfillment.
Okay.
So too many people miss that, right? They're just like working really, really hard to get as much money as possible or as much fame as possible. Or they're like maniacally focused on their health. And that's the only thing they think about.
Right.
Or they're just trying to, live as long as possible or make as much time for certain things. But it's kind of like how you put all those things together to optimize around fulfillment. So in this book, he writes about this idea of like people aren't doing the equation correctly. They're deferring too many experiences when they're young to do when they're old, but then they don't realize when they're old, their health is actually not, they're not actually able to do it when they have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
They can't go and take the incredible vacation, or if they can, their kids aren't with them or their kids aren't young. So I think it's just kind of reframed a lot in my mind and made me realize that, when our kids are young and we are incredibly healthy, that should be the time that we invest more in fulfillment and experiences as a family. Which has just been a completely different mindset for me from where I was most of my life.
Yeah. Just going kind of like full blast. Make as much money as possible.
Sleep when I'm dead.
That's a big one. Sorry about that bug, dude. That bug won't leave you alone. It hasn't even come over to me at all.
I must stink.
Yeah, that is kind of a cool thing too, man. To because you don't really. It's also something you don't really learn. Like nobody really tells you how to manage your stress. You kind of mostly, from what I gather, you kind of just like watch your parents deal with stress, and you're like, all right, and you just kind of like take those patterns and just apply them to your life. And it's like it really does like. What I've been trying to do recently is like just take one day out of the week. Usually it's Sunday because like we're all off, everyone's hanging out, and I just try to focus on like being as calm and at ease. That's like top priority of my day. Usually it's like I gotta get this done, and then like, on one day a week I'll be like I'm only focused today. My number one goal is to try to like stay in a state of like ease and kind of contentment. And if I get out of it, I'll like before I'm like well, I just try to zero in on that. And that's been kind of like for me, that's been like a bit of a revelation to be like, oh, I can move through like multiple days without completely spinning myself the fuck out. And it's been I don't know, it's been kind of nice.
And what do you think spins you out? Is it just busy? It's too much?
Yeah, it's
or
too
is there
much.
a particular thing?
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. It could be my kids not listening, kind of spins me out if I'm like trying to get up the steps and it takes 40 minutes and I'm kind of like, all right, like, let's go. Could be anything. Could be like overwhelmed, like just like situations at work I got to deal with that are just completely overwhelming. Stuff in the house, it's just like lack of sleep. 'Cause our kids are still so little that like our sleep gets fucked up. But yeah, it is. It's usually like relational stress or just like work stuff. Those are the two main things that kind of like can really spin me out.
And I would argue that most work stress is relational as well. So I kind of agree. I think relationships are both the best part of life and the most stressful part of life.
Yeah, I agree. So that's been my.
That's what's going on here, by the way. A lot of relational stress in that film. I can tell you right now.
That is true. But yeah, that's kind of the thing, man. It's like, well, this is my whole point is like, you do have some say in how much a thing can like everything can floor you. Things come out of nowhere and you're like, you get caught in it, but just learning how to be like, all right, something got me. It's like laser tag. Like my thing's beeping. I can kind of walk myself through this without like going on like a Godzilla path. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, I don't know. That's been pretty helpful for me before I get caught. That's my ultimate fate. She's like, babe, I'm having a naked picnic with a prostitute. She's right there and coming out of the water, just hawking me.
It's not what it looks like.
But yeah, that is the number one, man. It's like, dude, it's like managing stress, keep yourself physically fit because you can't like otherwise like what the fuck are we doing, man? It's like it's like unless some people are just surviving, which is kind of that sucks. But I don't know. I feel like people there's other countries where people are just surviving. They still do cool stuff. They have like big ornate jugs of water and they carry it around. They like dance and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of sick. I'm just trying to make people happy. I don't know how to do it. Well, dude, I mean, is there anything else that's kicking in your mind?
I don't think so.
Well, I think you did it. Thank you for coming and doing this. I apologize for the strange format, but how do you feel about standing in podcasting?
I think it's hilarious. I think it is. This is the first standing podcast I've ever done.
Bro, it's not bad. How do you feel about it, honestly? You can hurt my feelings. If you
honestly,
don't like
I think I have better posture than I normally do.
That's what I'm saying.